Hello guys and welcome back to the Inter-University Esports Championship 2019 qualifiers day number 2. And of course we did have a really exciting time here yesterday. A lot of games did happen throughout the entire day. We had a couple of finals taking place, and of course we do have more finals coming your way today as well. And just a reminder, this is the qualifier only, so the two top universities from the qualifiers will be moving forward into the finals, which is happening on July 6th. So do not miss out on that as well. And for those of y'all who do not know, the Inter-University Esports Championship is hosted by Gamer.LK, your pioneers in esports for the last 12 years. They have been doing a lot of work to make sure that esports is what it is today, happening right here at Stein Studio, and of course will be telecasted on MTV as well. So hats off to Maharaja for coming on board to make sure that esports as a whole is telecasted in TV, basically taking it to the mainstream media for the first time as well. And of course, we do have a lot of sponsors on board. We do have SLT Fiber powering the entire event. So Inter-University Esports Championship 2019 is completely powered by SLT Fiber, which is the fastest broadband network in the country. There is no better way to game on other than SLT Fiber. If you are a gamer, you know this. It is the fiber connection, giving you the best of latency as well as best of download speed. Even if you're not a gamer, for anyone who is watching from home, if you are not even a gamer, if you want the fastest connection, if you want to download your movies, watch your YouTube videos on high quality without any buffer time, SLT Fiber is the way to go. And of course, we do have Samsung on board as our mobile partner, who previewed their A80 phone in Sri Lanka for the first time right here at Stein Studios. And of course, it is an amazing phone which has a 48 megapixel rotating camera. So basically, you're using your same back camera to take your selfies as well. So it's amazing quality. We tried it out yesterday. We'll be trying it out today as well. So do stay tuned in for that. And of course, Dell launched their gaming series of laptops, which was absolutely insane. I mean, the specs, the design, it's absolutely nice. Like if you are a gamer and you don't want to carry around a bulky laptop, you're at a university level, you cannot be carrying around a bulky laptop to college. It's going to be heavy. So if you want a gaming laptop which is easy to carry around but gives you the same performance as a traditional gaming laptop, Dell gaming laptops are the way to go. And of course, we do have Taco Bell and Pizza Hut joining us for the first time in an esporting event in Sri Lanka as our food partners. We have Red Bull, who was keeping us energized throughout yesterday, and of course, they will be doing the same thing today. I mean, all of us here, from the organizing committee to the players, everyone here have been keeping up and of course entertained, thanks to Red Bull, making sure that we are all energized to keep up with the events that are happening. And of course, like I said before, we did have a lot of games that took place yesterday and a couple of finals as well. We shall take a look at the points table to see what has happened yesterday. We do have the points table coming up on screen. So by the looks of it, we have Slit leading the charge with 7 points in total. We have NSBA trailing behind with 5 and IIT with 3. So right now it looks like a tight competition between Slit and NSBA. But like I said, we do have a lot of finals happening today. So we might see a change in this. We will see IIT or NSBM taking that top slot. We have Dota finals. We have League of Legends happening. We have single player titles happening. So we do have a lot more finals to happen. But by the looks of it right now, Slit is in a comfortable 2-point lead. And they look to be the top dogs to beat throughout the entire competition. So like I said before, there is a lot more games happening. So do stay tuned in for that. But to start off, we do have a really interesting game. Let's take a look at what the first game of the day is going to be. There you have it, guys. The first game of the day is going to be League of Legends, which is going to be on main stage for the first time here at the qualifiers. And we have two really good teams going to be taking part. Let's take a look at who the two teams are. On my right, we have IT taking part in the first League of Legends match here on main stage. Guys, can we have a round of applause for IIT? On my left, team number 2 is going to be KDU. Thank you very much, both teams. I would like to request you all to take a seat while the two captains remain on stage. So we do have the referee for the match as well. I would like to invite the referee for the League of Legends match on stage for the coin toss. So how this works is basically the coin toss is where you decide which side gets first pick and first ban, and of course which side you're going to be playing on as well. So we have Kotalawal Defense Academy as well as, Kotalawal Defense University versus IIT here. Heads was the call and the toss was won by KDU. They are going with blue side. Okay, thank you very much. So that is the coin toss. We do have Kotalawala Defense University on the blue side and of course IIT on the other side. It's going to be a really interesting match. Just before I hand over the proceedings to the casters, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsors again. We have SLT powering the entire event. We have Samsung as our mobile partner. We have Gel Gaming, our laptop partner, and of course Taco Bell and Pizza Hut as our food partner, and Red Bull keeping us energized as our energy drink partner, and of course Freemy, our digital banking partner, who have been giving away amazing discounts. So if you all are doing your day-to-day transaction, anything that involves money basically, you can get your Freemy app, which has amazing discounts throughout any outlet, not just here at the event. If you install the app, you would realize that Freemy gives away a lot of discounts throughout the entire month, and they have been doing that since the inception of the app, that they have been giving away a lot of discounts. I mean, you can book your Pick Me directly through your Freemy account. You don't have to be worried about having cash in your hand. As long as you have cash in your bank account, you can transfer it onto Freemy and use it freely anywhere. Basically all the outlets, any food outlets, grocery stores do have Freemy. So make sure to head on over to the registration table where the Freemy guys are there, who is going to be helping you all register for Freemy. But without further ado, let's get into the game. I will be handing over the proceedings to our two casters. We have Azman and Snowigo, who is going to be taking you all through the play-by-play of the first League of Legends match right here at the Inter-University Esports Championship Qualifiers, day number 2.
The Big Bell box has arrived at Taco Bell. Get a taco, sriracha melt burrito, nachos with salsa, cinnamon twists, and Coke for just 999 rupees. Call 2738-738 to order.
Visa makes Wednesdays taco-rific at Taco Bell. Buy one, get one free every Wednesday till 3rd July when you pay with your Visa debit or credit card. Call 2738-738.
Welcome to the League of Legends. The battle has begun.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Stein Studios for day 2 at the Inter-University Esports Championship, where we'll be having our first game on stage. It's going to be a League of Legends game. And to walk us through the game and help me out here at the cast, we have Akila Snowy. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Desmond. So, first League of Legends game of the day, first game of the day rather.
Yeah, definitely. First day of the game is usually the one where you have all the nerves. But anyway, I'm going to be counting on you to guide me through most of this. So I'm very relatively new to League, so I'll be asking you a lot of questions. And you're a very experienced veteran player in the scene as far as I've seen and heard. So hopefully you can help us out here. And I think you know most of these teams. I think on the side of IIT there are a few veteran players and some players that are in the professional scene here in Lanka as well.
So on team IIT we do have Unseen Blade, Candy Panda, Peekaboo. That's Booyah, I believe. Hava and TM Divine Flash are really old, veteran. Like, I'd say Team IIT has like a really experienced lineup here. And looking at the team from KDU, we have Starfire, Weapon X, Asiko for the win, Alpha J, and Saber. Saber is one of the best mid laners in Sri Lanka, I'd say. So even though
basically we can expect a really good match.
We'll be expecting a really good match in the mid lane as well, because it's Booyah versus Saber, two mechanically skilled and really experienced players. So My bet is like whoever wins mid wins the game.
All right. So why do you think winning that mid lane in this kind of a situation is so important?
Because here, well, Booyah, and it all comes down to the players, right?
Yeah.
So we have Booyah going up against Saber, and if Saber gets ahead, when it comes to the early game, Saber can carry that entire game.
All right.
So it all depends on how Booyah plays, how Booyah reacts. So we are into the banning stage of the...
Yeah, we see the immediate Mordekaiser ban.
Yes,
I played against I don't want to do anything with that hero, especially after his rework. Maybe 2 patches later after the nerf him.
Yeah, after they nerf him well, yeah. And so we do see the Sejuani and Nautilus ban coming in from the side of Team
I think
ADU.
Sejuani is just super strong in the jungle.
Yes, she is really strong in the jungle right now. And we do see the Rammus being banned. Rammus another pick, really a cancerous pick rather, when it comes to the jungle.
Yeah. I mean, I started initially I played about decent amount of League actually recently, so and there's so many mechanics involved, and how you lane.
Yes.
And basically, the most important thing I feel like if you can get even a little bit of an advantage in your laning stage, that is going to basically propel you and your team into a very, very favorable position.
That's why I said that the mid lane is where all the action is going to happen. So we do see the Tom Kench and the Cassiopeia being banned, and we do see the first picks as an Amumu, and we do see Hava hovering over that J4. Is he gonna lock in? So how will be going jungle?
Yes, J4 is very strong. Like
J4
just isolate one hero, force him to use his flash, or otherwise just if you have a range hero with him as well, you just basically beat him to death in the arena.
Yeah.
I like calling it the arena because it kind of like it just stuck
the catalyst,
gladiator duel. So it's pretty cool. I tried out Amumu as well, so I think Amumu is one interesting hero. It kind of reminds me of Hudge from Dota 2. So he
he just goes in.
Yeah, he just literally goes in, he curses you, and then he just roots you in place. A lot of basically so far looking at things, Amumu itself looks like they want to go in a bit of a team fight
controlling composition. So we do see the Brand being picked in, and the Tristana Brand are really good poking champions when it comes to lane, and when it comes to team fights, Brand, Amumu, Tristana, they have so much CC and so much
the interesting thing is Tristana as a carry itself, right? And every time you get a kill, you get that extra reset on your
the jump,
and then literally gives you so much more mobility. Because for most of the ADCs, I played Jhin, and Jhin has no mobility whatsoever. Other than
his crit counts, but then again,
it's nothing like a Tristana jump. I mean, it's
true.
Very, it's pretty cool, and you have some very good tower damage as well. Bonus tower damage. And then Brand, like you said, lot of long range poke CC. So you have to be very careful, because if the Brand gets ahead and hits you with a few spells, you're probably going to lose half HP before the fight even starts.
So we do see the Ashe and the Sona being picked from the side of Team IIT. So Unseen Blade, a really good ADC. He is in the top rankings in Sri Lanka. So I know that he is going to be able to carry this game. And so we do see the Malzahar being banned in the second banning stage.
And we saw the Zed in the other one.
Yeah, and the Zed being banned. So Malzahar is one of Saber's signature picks. So banning out that champion, and Malzahar tends to get really, if he gets ahead, if he manages to snowball ahead, he will be able to carry the game.
Yeah, I mean, most heroes I think other than the supports, literally if any other hero gets ahead in their lane, especially, I remember I watched a game where the AD actually got 15 plates.
Very nice.
15 plates.
So basically all three cards.
So basically they went bot, they got all 5 plates. They went top, they got all 5 plates. They went mid, they got all 5 plates. The Tristana at 10 minutes was literally one-shotting everyone.
Okay, so we do see the final picks coming in. So we do have a Yorick up against a Kled. So you're the top laner here. So tell me, how does that matchup work?
No, so I think it depends on the matchup. It's very matchup heavy, and it depends on your knowledge of the matchup. So I'm a Riven main, so I've literally watched almost every single matchup that I can watch. So depending on whether I can be aggressive during the basically the early level. So what I would consider the early levels would be 1 to 3. And then once I hit 6, will be my next power spike, because then I get I get my wind slash,
Yes.
and then that gives me a lot of burst damage. So that's what I technically look for. But if I'm up against a Nemesis, I'll be looking to run at him at level 1 itself because he doesn't have any Q stacks. And he really can't trade that efficiently against Riven when you use your fast Q combo.
Yeah, true.
So that's something I look for. So matchup, it comes down to how you play it as well. I mean, you can't just expect to run in and cast your spells. You have to expect, you'll be... The biggest thing about top lane is you need to always pay attention to what the enemy jungler is, where he starts, because you need to know whether he can kill you early or whether he can kill you later once he gets into that level 6. So usually when I'm up against a Jin Zhao jungle, I expect them to come right at me at level 2. So I learned that from experience. I think you were in that game.
Yeah,
so,
I did. I was there.
So you pick up certain things. So I think figuring out whether he starts at the red. So if the top laner comes late to the lane, you know that he's probably leashing for his jungler and he started red. So he's going to start moving, his initial pathing will be moving downwards.
Yeah.
So for the first few levels you're going to be safe. But if he starts blue and your top laner is already immediate in the lane, then okay, he's coming from blue to top, so which means if he ganks me, he'll be about level 3, if he's a good jungler.
Yeah, if he's a good jungler.
If he's a good jungler. Because I've seen some really good Kayn junglers and their path, they have this fast pathing.
They have fast pathing and they have this unique gank pattern path as well. With
and it's very difficult to read a Kayn gank because he can literally just face through
he
all
can
the
shadow
disease.
step through anything.
So
we do see the last two, we do see the mid lane picks being picked here. So Annie going up against the Lux. Here I have to give the props to Lux and
Lux has a lot of control. She
yeah,
has
but
shield
and so we just had this information that Saber is going jungle instead of playing mid.
Oh right, okay.
So
it will all be very interesting matchup
that will
to
be
check
pretty
out for
interesting
sure.
to check out because Saber is a mid lane main. Seeing him go jungle.
I think it's probably more efficient for the whole
yeah,
team.
that is
right?
true.
Because
he's like
you want to look at your
player,
it's a team game, right?
Yeah.
So you can't be only looking out for yourself. So if the composition, your team composition is stronger, in a sense where if he plays jungle and this guy plays mid, if your team is stronger, I think you go for that option instead of trying to be, because I think anyway that most league players anyway have at least 2 roles.
Yeah, true.
So except for me.
You just spam top on Riven, that is.
Yeah.
That's all.
I started playing a few other heroes, but basically I play a lot of Jhin and a lot of Riven now.
So Jhin is a fun champion to play.
Yeah, definitely.
He's like my favorite ADC, but if the enemy team has an assassin, you're dead.
Yeah, for sure.
I learned that the hard way.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably why we saw the Z ban as well. I mean, it's just
true.
really annoying to deal with. You don't want to, or I really don't like building defensive items in games at all. So being forced to get an early stopwatch on my Riven, it's another 600 gold that I can use to get either my Death Dance or my Black Cleaver or my Guardian Angel. Sorry, but you need the stopwatch to make the Guardian Angels.
True.
Yeah, but either way, you don't want to get it early. So in terms of just
or
to
you
dodge
could
it,
get that rune where you get the stopwatch for free.
Yeah.
In 10 minutes, I believe.
Yeah, but I mean, I play Riven, right? So I don't really want to get that rune. So I look for things to get me my cooldown reduction as fast as possible. So in terms of heroes like Bran or Amumu, you want to get in and keep casting your spells over and over again, keep controlling the enemy team. So sometimes CDR is good. I think another hero that CDR is really strong on is Aatrox.
Aatrox is basically Riven, but but better.
Yeah. I mean, depends on who's playing, because it's very easy to actually, if you know what the Aatrox wants to do, Riven has so much mobility that you can actually dodge most of his kills.
Okay, so
But anyway, let's get into the game.
Yeah, we are going into the loading screen, so we'll be able to see what the runes and masteries and they have taken. So we do see the brand has taken Summon Aerie. So Summon Aerie is the more poke heavy, is like the mastery that people take when they want a poke heavy lane matchup.
Right. Because every time you cast a spell and it connects, there's
connects,
this little
it just
really nice magical cat that flies out and goes on its stem. But I think you can dodge that, right?
You cannot.
You cannot? Oh,
yeah, it's the Arcane Comet that you can dodge.
It's Archon Comet. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And we do see Tristana going fleet footwork instead of the traditional press the attack, because press the attack, once you get 3 auto attacks, you get a huge amount of damage. You deal a huge amount of damage onto that champion. So basically the combo on Tristana would be you E in, so you put your bomb on them, and you get 3 auto attacks down, and when the bomb explodes, they get a huge deal of damage onto the champion.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see what kind of early movement they want to make here. So we'll wait for them to engage and then we'll talk about it a little bit. But right now, it looks like the bot lane is going to be very interesting. But anyway, let's talk about Ashe as a hero. What do you think about her place in the meta right now? I feel like she's like that super safe carry.
Yeah, she is the super safe carry. I mean, she can literally make her auto attacks make people slow down, like, so they cannot chase her down, right, or they cannot escape from her. So let's say you are going up against a really fed Ashe, you would not like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, if you have a really fed Ashe chasing you down, you're gonna die.
Yeah, for sure. So for those of you watching at home, if you're wondering about the spells and so you have different spells. You have the heroes with their usual abilities. So we can see already some early poke coming out from Lux as well.
Yes.
But they have these spells called summon spells, which is very, very, very important. That's why I'm even taking the time to mention it.
That is what makes this game unique from Dota.
Yeah, for sure. I think. Like in Dota, we have a blink dagger, and we get it every every other every 12, 14 seconds. But Flash takes a very long time to come off cooldown.
So basically, if you have Flash, you can make all those flashy plays.
The flashy plays. Yeah. I know everything you're talking about, because the difference in teamfight ability when you have Flash and your summon spells is so much bigger in terms of an impact. So I usually run teleport as well as Flash on my Riven. So just being able to join, just be able to split push a lane, put pressure there, force someone, and then take the fight 5 vs 4. So I think that's always a positive.
Talking about split pushing, Yorick is one of the best champions. I know. I think you have gone.
Yeah, the Ice Kingdom guy, the guy with the giant mallet.
The Underworld guy.
Yeah, the Underworld guy.
The guy who digs up graves and the Undertaker.
Yeah, Undertaker.
Yep. Okay, so Yorick, his ultimate, the Maiden, is built for split pushing.
Right. Yeah.
So he can wave clear really easily with his Q and E.
Right.
And he has his Maiden to control and send towards the lane, get the tower, while his team is split pushing parallelly.
And it's also cool because it siphons a lot of HP out of enemy heroes as
well.
True. So that's something very interesting to see. We'll see how it does, because I believe he has that arena that kind of, that's not arena, some sort of skill that kind of traps you.
Yeah, that's his W. Yeah. So here, what I'm expecting Team IIT to do here is go for the late game, like the mid game, and go for a 1-4 composition. Basically, the Yorick will be split pushing
while the rest of the team will be getting objectives.
Yeah, they'll be trying to getting the objectives. Because if the Yorick gets ahead, and this is Candy Panda's Yorick, mind you, so Candy Panda is one of the best Yorick players in Sri Lanka. This is what I said when we were talking about the most experienced teams coming in, most experienced veteran players coming in. So IIT does have the upper hand, but Team KDU can pull an upset.
I mean, all it takes is just one hero to get ahead, and then from there, if you don't really communicate, it's very difficult. But in same way, if just because one hero gets hit doesn't mean the game's over.
Yeah, that is true.
Unless it's something like a kill, then it's probably over.
Yeah, it is. Once she hits level 16, it's over.
Yeah, I mean, Kale is a beast. That's not something you really want to deal with.
So I'm guessing you ban Kale in draft pick.
I mean,
is it Ilaoi?
I usually ban out matchups that I would play against. So if I had a Kale in my lane, I'd be very happy, because not that much. Like, it's very easy for me to play once I hit level 3. It's easy. It's a basically free trade, because Kale doesn't trade that well at level 3. But I can literally just run in with my Broken Wings and my Retribution. It's super easy for me in that lane. But once she hits level 6, gets range form, then it changes up a little bit. But if I get the CS lead in the lane, it's just an easy matchup. I think matchups that I would hate going up against, one was Tom Kench. Oh my goodness!
I was there that game.
Yeah, no.
I was there.
We still won the game though.
Yeah, we still won the game. That's something else.
So anyway, you want to say?
Yeah. So taking your attention to this Annie, right? So Annie has Predator on her.
Right. So what do you mean by Predator?
Predator is like a mastery, a rune where it gives you an extra movement speed and damage.
Right.
So basically, an Annie with a loaded stun coming at you with Predator on. So basically, what her plan is go at the ADC with Predator on and just stun and ult.
Yeah,
that would be
that
would
bear
just-
is so annoying.
It is. Like, when it comes to late game, that bear, just one stun from the bear would just literally one-shot the ADC.
So it looks like there's a little bit of a trade happening, so you can see both the players just heading back to base because they don't want to start off at
I believe
half
that
HP.
since someone has disconnected,
Oh, right,
they had to go back to base and start over.
So that's a little unfortunate for them anyway.
Yeah, that is.
But anyway, other than that, of course, in terms of the composition on both teams, who do you favor right now?
I believe that Team IIT has the better composition here.
So why do you think they have a better composition? Is it because they
Because,
scale better? Are the heroes better? Or
Well, coming into this meta, J4 jungle is absolutely horrific.
why is that? Why
Because
is it?
J4 is basically a really good ganker, but so is Amumu.
Right.
So the matchup there is even. But when it comes to the late game, J4 can just jump in and one-shot the ADC or the carry in that game. It could be the Annie or the Brand even.
Yeah, I think if you take off most of the poke or the burst damage that they have, it might actually help you quite
Yeah, that is
quite a
true,
bit.
that is true.
And
and,
most of these heroes, because they do lack a lot of mobility, they really can't get out of J4's ult as
So
well.
as I was saying, so this the KDU team
Yeah.
is a team fight heavy composition. So they have the Amumu, they have the Brand, they have the Tristana, they have Annie, and they have Kled. Kled is basically a champion that can split push. So it's basically they would either go one. So Kled is a really good team fight champion as well, but he can split push as well. So I favor Candy Panda's team, Team IIT, is because of the Yorick. The Yorick is
Right,
really
split
good
push, yeah.
because of his split push.
I think usually anyway in Dota as well, when you have one team that is very team fight heavy, you look to basically separate them. Because if they're super strong as 5, they might be much weaker as 4. So that's basically the idea behind split pushing in Dota. So in League, it's basically the same thing. But if you have a hero with teleport, you can always join your... Because the cool thing about League, when you have teleport, even though it's a very outrageously long cooldown, is you can TP to wards.
Yeah, you can TP
Right?
wards.
So
you can TP
literally you can easily flank and create an opportunity for your team to close in. So especially like you said, when there's an Ashe, and the Ashe is someone who can easily control you, kite you, slow you down, makes it very difficult for you to chase. But when you get that teleport right behind and then you are able to sneak in and then get that initiation off on her, that makes it much easier for you to burst her down because she's a very she's a prime target in most of the fights because she brings out a lot of...
I'll expect this Annie to go on the Ashe, like get Predator on, go for the Ashe and take her down. Because and we do see the Lux as well.
Lux is a lot of burst damage. I think that
if she manages to land that root, you're basically dead.
It's gonna be root E and then ult. Gone.
And that cooldown on that ultimate, though.
Dude, at level 3, it's what, 12 seconds, 18 seconds?
Yeah.
Hey, what is that? How is the balance? It's like so much burst damage. It's not even funny. Like I think so.
She can snipe out a lot of champions at the
But one thing about Luxes is that unless your team knows how to play
around the Lux,
So when your Lux is strong, if you don't know how to enable her, then you're gonna have a hard time. Because I've seen Luxes go 23 to 32
and still
lose games. Yeah,
because they cannot find the closing matchup. They cannot close out the game. It's just because the Lux is fed doesn't mean that they can close it up, because the team should know how to play around her when it comes to team fights. So what they should do is, if they do have the fed, if the Lux is fed, what Team KDU should be looking for is going for those team fights.
Yeah, definitely. I think once they hit 6s, then I think
it's usually going to be it's usually going to be 1v4 as well. So if the Yorick is split pushing, okay, let him take a tower. But if they can get all 4 of Team IIT, they can get a free Baron, they can get a free Dragon.
That's for sure. I think,
and they can move on to the
scaling,
Yorick and get the
scaling on the dragons as well as the scaling, like in terms of getting the dragons. I believe that's what are the dragon types? I know there's the ice dragon, a fire dragon, an ancient dragon.
Okay, so
and stone dragon,
the infernal drake, the cloud drake, the mountain drake, and the ocean drake.
All right, so I just said that.
Yeah,
it worked out.
Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Yes. I think usually when you have that first early spawn fire drake, I think that's
a huge amount of damage coming.
It's a lot
of yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, of course, so far, it makes a lot of sense. I think I understand what you're trying to basically say in terms of, you can get a lot of objectives, and I think, I always wondered, right? So in Roshan, in Dota, when you kill Roshan, you literally have an extra life on your hero.
Aegis.
Like Aegis of immortality, right? So and the more you kill Roshan, the more rewards you get right now. So, but either way, the Aegis just giving one, it's basically GA, but it makes you full HP.
Okay.
Yeah, so full HP, full
So
mana. It's not half-half.
It's basically like a Zillion ultimate.
Yeah, something like that. But basically, it's super strong for early game comps that want to get aggressive. So in terms of 5v5ing, if you have a say Tristana had 2 lives.
Yeah.
How OP would that be?
Yeah, she would
so
be.
yeah, it'd be very strong. So just like that, I was wondering why Baron was so strong, why it was so important for people
Just
to get.
imagine
And I was like, it's just a buff, it makes creeps strong. Like,
And then
I started hitting creeps. Wait, who had Baron buff? I was like, nope. Yeah, no way. Like you literally have 3 people in 3 different lanes giving the creeps buff, and they're just like. Boop, 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 boop. It's like having like 2 extra heroes hitting the tower with you. It's insane.
Just imagine
you can't even kill them.
imagine 3 cannon minions with the Baron buff trying to take down your tower. The tower is just gonna melt.
It was a nightmare, I swear. Like, I was so happy I had Death Dance because I lost like half HP like that.
Yeah, that is true.
Just
Because
the creeps, I was so sad. Like, the only way I felt is when Mega Creeps come and beat me in Dota. But other than that, I did not think that was it. But, objective timings are very, very crucial. And that's where I think, something about League that puts itself apart completely from Dota is the jungle role.
Yeah,
and the amount of weight that it has. So the jungler makes or breaks the game.
Yeah, he makes or breaks the game.
So it's literally like you think, okay, you have a carry, you have a top lane, in Dota you have off lane, safe lane, okay, safe laner wants to play and scale up for the late game, or top lane is the guy who makes the plays, creates the space. But in League, the jungler has to carry,
the
he has to
jungler has
gank, he has to create space,
and he has to listen to all the flame from all the teammates.
Exactly. Like, you go top, like, why aren't you bot? You go bot, like, why aren't you top? But I think that comes down with how you want to root yourself in League. I think, you have so many different pathings, jungle pathings. So one prominent player that I used to, I watch, I'm not going to mention his name here, but he's a Kane main. So, he has, whenever he plays on blue side, I believe blue is the left side, right? So when he plays, is it?
Yeah, blue is the left side. Yeah, blue is the left side.
So when he plays on blue, so the first thing he always does is, he gets blue. No, he gets red. He gets red with the bot lane.
The bot lane, yeah.
And then he clears out the raptors. And then immediately goes to wolves, but he doesn't clear the whole camp.
Yeah,
he just kills the 2 wolves and then goes and takes blue. And then suddenly he's already level 3 way faster than the other jungler, because with the shadow step you can literally phase through walls, so you get to camps way faster,
and you heal yourself as well when you shadow step. Yeah?
And then obviously let's not forget about smite as well. It gives you smite is a summon spell when you can use it on jungle creeps, and when you do that you actually get health back. So it's a way of sustaining and just being able to stay on the map, because as a jungler, as long as you're somewhere on the map, all 3 lanes are going to be thinking about you. Trust me, mid lane will be like, is he here?
Is he here?
Is he here? The top lane will be like, is he here? Are they going to dive me? Bot lane is like, where is this guy? And then boom, you're just dead. It's like, it's so important. Like, I can't emphasize how important having a really good jungler is, because I remember when I could only play top.
And they are always here to help you out if you're starting out on the game.
Yeah, I think in general, just the community, the gaming community in Sri Lanka is so nice, it's so supportive. I mean, I've streamed across multiple platforms, and support across every single game is crazy. I mean, whether I do League, Dota, PUBG Mobile, Spider-Man, whatever game I play, everyone relates to someone, and they're all super nice and very friendly, very helpful. And I think one thing about Sri Lanka players in general is they love backseating.
Yeah.
They love backseating. Like, they just literally want to, sit behind you and like, no, you're doing this wrong. No, you're doing this wrong. Should be doing this. Should be doing this. I mean, they mean it in good spirit, but, and then you have players like Terra who are just like,
Terra, if you're watching this, we mean no harm.
Yeah,
we love you, Terra.
But anyway, before we get back into the game, I just want to give a huge shout out to title partner, SLT Fiber. I mean, everything went extremely smooth. Yes, there was no issues whatsoever. And even, so, like, when I play League,
Yeah.
right? So when I use other connections, I get about 200, maybe 210. But when I use SLT fiber, I have 145. And when you're playing on a server that is not even close to the region that you're playing in, having a ping like that is a blessing.
Yeah,
and
true.
having SLT fiber do that for us is crazy. It's 145 ping. It allows us to play at our full potential, and that is what every gamer wants.
Yeah,
because
true.
it's basically it's hands down, for me personally, hands down the best broadband connection in Sri Lanka. If you don't have it, if you're a gamer, you want to get into the competitive scene, I'm 100% recommending you to get SLT fiber right now. That's how good it is. And anyway, make sure if you guys are feeling thirsty, if you're feeling a little bit drained, tired after yesterday's, matches and everything, and you want to pick yourself up, make sure to head on over to Red Bull and grab yourself that energy drink. Keep yourself energized throughout the day. Keep us talking, keep us going. Because me and Akila, we really enjoy having our Red Bull. And it keeps us, that's why we can keep talking. Because right now, we're super pumped and
we're so hyped up for this game.
So
Let's go.
so we should be getting back into the lobby. They're just going through the ban pick phase again.
It's going to be the
but
same.
it's going to be the same draft basically. Yeah. So it'll be twice as fast. And the other cool thing about League in compared to Dota is like drafting in Dota. And if you draft with Abdul, the draft is going to take at least half an hour, right? Because Abdul loves playing mind games, right? So they'll be like,
is he going to ban?
No. So
yes?
you get like maybe close to 4 minutes to draft per phase. But once your reserve time depletes, you don't have any more reserve time.
Yeah.
So Abdul always waits till the last second, even just before the reserve time. So he keeps, like, when you do that, everyone else is like, what are they thinking? Did we do the right pick? Are they going to, did we bamboozle them? But it's all according to plan. Abdul's just like,
come on, Abdul, pick something. Pick ban something.
No, Abdul will literally wait. Like, if it's the last pick, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have the last pick. He will literally wait until your reserve time is like 5 seconds. So like you're literally just sitting there, you know what you want to pick because everyone has discussed it beforehand and okay, this is the strat we want to play, this is the hero that's good against these heroes. So when you get experience at a certain game, okay, this hero is good against this one. Like Zed is good to assassinate Jin. Because, not Jed, I mean Zed, I just combined both them. So that Zed, if he catches Jin out, Jin is dead.
Yeah, true.
Because you get so much burst damage. So something like that, okay, this hero is perfect for this moment. And we literally decide that in like the first 15-20 seconds of the draft. But Abdul will be like, you'll be just like chilling and waiting for the last few seconds. And then you pick it at the last. It'll literally make you wait, it's very painful.
Yeah, so,
So anyway, other than that, some of the heroes that we want to talk about. So we spoke about Yorick, we spoke about Ashe. Javan also, and how he fits himself in this meta and how he might have a difficult time.
So the only counter pick that I save here for the brand is the Sona.
Right.
Because Sona is really, she can heal like a lot, and she gives movement speeds and attack speeds as well. So that is a really good counter pick there from Team IIT.
Right. So I think Sona in general is just super. I just love laning with Sona because she has the heals, she has the movement buff, she has good range poke, and then her ulti gives you so much control as well. So she's like the all-in-one super cool support.
Yeah, true.
Sona.
True. I mean, props out to all the Sona mains there.
Yeah.
So we earlier this year, we had this composition in the meta where people would take 2 support spots. So it would be Tariq Sona bot lane.
Okay.
I didn't know how that worked though, but it was super interesting to watch.
Isn't Tariq also a support?
He is a support.
All right.
So basically, Sona would go full AP, and that deals a lot of damage. That hurts. Her Q hurts.
Really?
Yep.
So she like literally kills you with one spell.
Yeah, that should happen.
That is interesting. That's very cool, actually. But other than that, of course, I think there's so many compositions that you can run. Jin, and then let's not forget Kai'Sa. I think Kai'Sa is crazy.
Kai'Sa is
good.
So, Osman, have you played against a Kalista?
Kalista? No, I haven't.
So Kalista is one of the coolest ADCs I have played.
Okay.
So she can literally walk around while auto-attacking. So basically, she autos once, jumps back, autos once, jumps back. That is one champion that you can improve your kiting with.
All right, okay. So it's kind of like Ezreal.
Not exactly.
Okay.
It's like she just keeps jumping after every auto attack. So you right click, then you right click back, and she jumps.
Right. Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
That is one.
So it's basically like, oh, okay, not exactly, but it's like basically, it seems as if her weapon is too heavy for her, so every time she attacks, she gets blasted back, and then again she goes, again she shoots, again she gets blasted back.
She can jump forward as well.
Oh, really? That's okay. That's interesting as well. I think I think that hero will require a lot of
a lot of skill, a lot of skill. Only most ADC mains play that champion to practice kiting.
So in terms of meta for League, right? So in terms of, we are just talking about the game in general right now. So in terms of League, so in Dota we have a meta. So right now our meta is such that anything is possible because everything can work, and the meta is still pretty open. Like there are few heroes that haven't really had the limelight for a while.
Yeah.
But most of them like are viable, and you have certain strats that they made out. So is there anything in League that stands out in terms of composition as a team?
Well, it's like this. With the balance patches that comes in from Riot, where really balanced patches coming in, so it can change, right? So if Riot decides to nerf an item that the ADCs require, what the Koreans do, so the Korean players, is the best region when it comes to League of Legends. So what they did back then was to take an AP bot lane.
Really?
So yeah, I've seen Vladimir going bot lane as an ADC. Cassiopeia.
Oh my god! Don't talk to me about late laning as a hero.
So he scales really late, when it comes to late game. So there are compositions like that when it comes to the meta. But right now, as of now, the meta is open, and we do have the Sri Lankan meta, just like Dota.
Yeah, for sure. I
mean, if you have a tournament and a Mumu pick is. A Mumu Wukong pick is quite compulsory in Sri Lanka.
Oh really? But as far as from what I've heard, apparently Wukong is not that great in competitive.
Yeah, but he's not. But if he gets ahead,
yeah. But apparently, because I was watching, I was checking out most of these matchups, and I was walking through this Riven versus Wukong matchup, and
Riven just destroys Wukong, and so. I main Wukong.
Oh, okay. We should call me one sometime.
I've seen, I remember back in 2017 in a local tournament, Wukong got a pentakill in a competitive game.
Oh god.
So you know how strong.
But whatever said or done, that's a great feeling, I think.
Yeah, it is.
For sure, I think. I got lucky enough to experience a pentakill very, very early in my League career. But anyway, it looks like we do have the game back.
Yeah, we do have the game back.
So if you want, so right now, I think everybody's just resetting again and just making sure that they're holding down the positions and everything.
So because going in the mid lane.
I think I watched this one game, right, where the jungler gets invaded and he just ruins his whole game because he's so far behind. Once he gets invaded, we can see a little bit of animation cancelling in the top lane.
Those are some taunts coming in.
Some animation taunt cancelling. So, so the Unseen Blade actually with some very, very nice
that's the
dance
dash
moves.
skin,
Some really cool dance moves. So
that is something that so the animations are something that separates League from Dota as well. Like
no, we have taunts.
Yeah, y'all have taunts. Yeah, y'all didn't have dances.
Technically, our taunts are the
dance.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly. So it's like all in one. Instead of having 4 separate keys for 4 different actions, they laugh, they dance, and they taunt all at the same time. So it's pretty cool, actually.
Okay, so Amumu will be starting from his blue side because his wave clear is from his W, and his W is like a toggle.
Yeah, it's basically a curse.
Yeah, it's basically a curse. So if he toggles it, he burns mana to keep it on.
Right.
So he needs his blue, and we do see the J4 starting blue as well. So I believe they'll be going for a parallel jungle pathing, or they could go for their red next and start off.
So already a little bit of pokes coming out.
In,
yeah, so man actually missed his skill. I'm not sure what he picked up. It was like a giant circle of fire. But there we have it. Good old Sona, getting them back, and decent trade, but.
Ash, you see the Ash's W, right? It crits, so she can poke really heavily. So the Ash, Sona bot lane, and you do see the ADC going down really low.
Yeah, Tristana's already having a very, very difficult time here.
Yep.
Just being, they just outranged him. Like, sure, they have the brand, but the Sona and the Ash.
The Sona and the Ash, they outranged the brand. And
you might as well be having 2 melee heroes right now in the bot lane against the range heroes. I mean, it's crazy how strong range top heroes are when you have a melee hero. It's just so annoying.
So
Especially,
I'm
I think
guessing
for
you
me, the
want
biggest, biggest cancer in the top lane. Forget Quinn, Jace. Oh my goodness. So anyway, bot lane, we might actually potential first blood here.
Yeah,
I mean, they do have their early flashes available if they want to go in.
But we do see the Amumu pathing to the bot lane, right?
We actually do see the Momo is very probably doing Raptors right now, so he should be hitting level 2, close to level 3.
Yes, and
maybe
we
halfway.
see Booyah coming in the yes, Saber is really low and Booyah is trying to chase him down.
Oh, I actually managed to get the smite.
Yeah, he managed to get the smite, but he to get some health back, I believe.
No, but even in securing the raid is super important there for him because
Yeah,
you know,
true.
he needs
Oh,
very
she gets
close.
taken down.
And
really
now
low health.
looks like top lane Candy Panda already harassing down
The Kled, yeah.
the Kleb. He needs to be very careful. He has all these little minions
And
bleeding
yes,
into him.
Kled
and-
loses his little, I can't remember his name. Skull. Yeah,
Oh,
Skull.
Skull, really?
Yeah. So
Okay.
yes, the Tristana has been forced to recall. And I believe that this would be the first play taken down.
Yeah,
yes.
so that's a free.
That's a free play. That's
yeah.
a free play for the team IIT. So strengthening their goal lead, like
Yeah, I mean, they can probably do their first recall right now. They can push out that the wave that came newly. So you can see Candy Panda also forcing out.
forcing out the Kled.
Yeah, the clip. Okay,
Kled
I keep forgetting his name for some reason. It's
Kled.
difficult. Oh, a nice poke there.
Okay,
coming
yeah, we
out.
do see, but here we do see that the Lux is like really low on mana.
Yeah, so she'll be recalling, and
will
but
be,
she
yeah.
should do it right now. You know why? Because the mid lane creeps are going to slowly start pushing and crashing into that mid lane. So if she recalls now. By the time
Yeah.
she walks back, she'll be in
yeah,
experience.
she'll be in-
She won't be losing out
Yes,
on much.
True.
I mean, I learned all this within 2 months, a month, by the way.
Proud to that as well. It took me like 3-4 months to get the basics of the game.
No, like you know how gamers have this, very competitive spirit.
Yeah,
So,
true,
Like, if I'm going to play and stream League, I'm going to learn the game. I'm going to try my best. So especially in the top lane, when using a skill like TP, you want to save it for rotations to the bot lane.
Yeah,
When if you have a good opportunity, I've seen when like I've had Tom Cam matchups where I cannot lane. So I keep it to the bot lane, and then suddenly I get a triple kill, and life is good again.
good, yeah.
So using those are very important. So knowing how the lane equilibrium works also is going to be. So right now we have another fight going on.
Yeah, we do have
we did have the Amumu going in on the Sona as well as the Ashe, but looks like they're not going to be able to get.
Yeah, but they
anything out
did
of it.
get the summoner spells.
Yeah,
from
I mean,
the
I
Ashe.
think if you know how the hero works, you need to flash early sometimes. Because like especially when Javan jumps you, if he gets the arena around you, you're 100% you need to flash. But if by the time he gets the arena off on you, you're going to lose most of your health. So you want to flash even beforehand, and just make sure you're out of his
Range.
throw
Yeah.
pike and then jump
EQ
to pike
the
range.
EQ,
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But anyway, now top lane we might actually see a little bit of poke coming out. Candy Panda actually getting his ward dewarded by the Kleb.
The Kled.
Yes,
Kled.
Kled. Okay, I'm writing this.
Yeah, you better write it down, Asman. Remember the name.
But anyway, other than that, so far it's pretty even. But I think it looks like IIT has that.
Yeah,
goal
he
lead,
does.
and
I mean,
now
look at the poke
immediately.
coming in,
Oh,
and that is the flash
is
burn
forced.
from the Kled. Yeah, so that was a really defensive flash because if Candy Panda had come inside the ring, he would be able to get a huge amount of poke down. And looking at the CS, the Ashe does have a 10, more than 10, yeah?
Yeah,
It's
more
around-
than 10
yeah, it's
CS
around-
lead over
yeah.
the Tristana right now.
And, some action going down.
So
going up there.
Tristana currently sitting at 21 CS and the Ashe is at 42. So it's almost 20 CS lead.
Oh,
to be
here
honest.
comes J4.
Alright, here
yeah,
comes
that's
J4
the
with
flash
the
in,
flash.
and yeah, Bone comes in, and that is first blood going over to the Ashe. Quite.
So it looks like they might actually get the
They might-
Tristana as
They
well.
would go for. Oh, I believe
They actually do. I think.
that was a disconnect. I think.
No, it's fine. But anyway, for right now, I think important first blood using that
Yeah,
flash
true,
and
true.
just getting something out of it as well. It's going to be very, very good for the Javan as well. So looks like things should be okay for the moment. But other than that, of course, that was a very good engage.
so
I think the EQ combo was pretty crazy.
Yeah, the flash
combo,
EQ combo, that was really well
that's
played
what you
by
call a
Hava
flash
right
play
there.
for sure. But anyway, good follow up from the Sona as well as the Ashe to follow up on that. Making sure that they have their skills off cooldown to follow up on that gang. But either way, so far, things seem to be going quite well for IIT. A little bit unfortunate with what just happened.
Yeah,
but
true.
other than that, of course, it's they've been playing well.
Yeah,
like,
they were playing well.
But
They were
even
playing well. I had
side
got
of
the lead.
Yeah, even the side of Kotla for the Defense University, they're doing really well in terms of the matchups that ran.
Matchups,
But the
like,
only thing for me, the mid lane was a little bit quiet. Like
yeah,
not
true.
much.
But it's like this. Annie hits a power spike on level 6, and so does the Lux. So you can't expect a lot of plays coming in from. You can't expect a lot of plays coming in before level 6 on the mid lane.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, because Lux gets most of her burst at level 6, and so does Annie. I mean,
So
she
does
gets
Annie,
access to Mr. Huggables. I like to call him.
Tibbets.
No, I want to call him Huggables. He just wants a hug, man.
He's a flaming bear. How can you hug a flaming bear?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. No one wants to hug him because he's on fire. So he just wants a
Hey,
hug.
if you want to hug someone, you can hug Amumu, the sad mummy.
Yeah, but Amumu...
Amumu is sad.
Amumu, anyway, like...
He deserves a hug.
Amumu is like, even though he's sad, he's like attention-seeking sad, He like
No,
latches onto you, jumps onto you, and if you don't give him a hug, he curses you, and then he roots you. I mean...
He just wants to make friends.
Yes, he does. There's actually some really interesting skins for Amumu as well. Like that top hat Amumu is really nice.
Yeah, true.
So, but other than that, so far, I think the laning stage is going pretty well for IIT. Because looking at the CS and everything, Candy Panda's, I think, destroying top, to be honest. Like, top.
And Defender is a veteran.
Yeah, so mid lane is pretty even, but I think Lux has
Lux had the CS lead there?
Lux had the CX lead because, it's just, she has better poke, like her poke, the way it sets up. And I think you can leave the E as well, right, for a while.
Yeah, you can, and
then
then
pop it up
you
for
can
later.
pop it up afterwards.
Does it increase the damage when you do that, or is it the same damage throughout?
As far as I can remember, because I've played Lux like really. I've never played Lux at all.
Alright, I think the only time I played Lux was when they forced you to play her in the tutorial, and you're like, that was very interesting. But
so talking about the tutorial, so you guys are really lucky.
Yeah, you tried out the tutorials yesterday, I remember.
Like,
they basically
when we started out League, we never had anything like that. It was us building Thornmail on an Ashe. Yeah, so
even I wouldn't do that. I just buy the recommended items. Oh my god, Thornmail on Ashe, that's going to be interesting. Look at me, I'm big and strong. Hit me, lose HP. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, true.
I actually recently tried a Thornmail build on Riven. Which basically it's a tank Riven, so you get Stargate's Gauge.
Sirat's Gauge.
Yeah, Sirat's Gauge. I keep forgetting.
So Sirat's Gauge is like a really damage plus tanky item.
Yeah.
And it gives you that lifeline where you like lose 25% health, I believe.
Alright. So like it's literally what I ran was, it was like Thornmail with Black Cleaver, and then instead of going into my Death's Dance, I went into I believe it was a Yomu's Ghost Blade for a little bit of
some damage
and cooldown, and also gives you a lot of mobility.
Yeah, sure.
Because Riven in general has a lot of mobility, but to even further chase down, and when you have flash, you can make those really. The rule of thumb for Riven is when you making a flash play, you need to get at least 3 people.
Yeah.
Because you can actually CC them for at least 2.5 seconds.
2.5 seconds.
So that is with the third Q as well as your second, and then follow up with a 4-man, 3-man wind slash. And that is pretty, that's a lot of damage. And when you have a little bit of lethality,
and then you have to flash a mastery, and you have to flash a
exactly. And then when you have you have to flash a mastery. I learned that from you. A little bit of toxicity, but having a little bit of lethality definitely
it definitely helps Riven. Oh my god.
And initially when Riven was there, the lethality build was a thing because you literally just pre-cast wind slash, you flash in, and then you just basically WQ combo. And it's called double cast, I believe. So there's certain heroes that you can double cast on League, I believe, and then there's animation cancelling and everything. But basically, you send the wind flash. Before it actually hits them, you flash. You use your the WQ, and then by the time the wind slash hits him, she's dead.
Yeah, sure.
With the lethality, it's very, very interesting.
So building lethality on Riven is actually good.
So in terms of the lineups right now, what do you think IIT's timing is to close out this game?
I'd give this game 25 minutes.
25 minutes, IIT wins.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
My money's on IIT.
Alright, no, it wasn't a bet. I just asked about what do you think the timings are in terms of items, and when do you think they want to kind of start implementing their strategy?
Implementing their split push. So basically, as soon as the Yorick gets a Tiamat and a Triforce, they're gonna have to start split pushing.
Oh my god, Triforce is crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is a crazy item on Yorick, especially on Yorick, because once he kills and he goes for another, when he goes to trade, it's just...
So the thing is, like, I only knew a certain bit of items, right? Because I did a lot of research on the heroes that I play, so I'm looking, okay, these are the items that I want. So I never really, you know, I've seen Jaxes and, you know, certain heroes go into the Triforce, and it has a huge list of, okay, it gives you health, it gives you attack, it gives you bonus damage, it gives you these stats. It's like literally a huge list, you know, right there. So recently I picked up Irelia actually. So I've been practicing the champion.
Yeah, so Irelia is like one of those cancerous top lane champions.
Yeah, that's if you know how to play her though.
Yeah, you should know. She's like she's like a champion for the more mechanically gifted players.
Yeah, sure. For sure. I think just landing her E itself is pretty tough, and then you land your E and then you can use Q, and because they're marked you get extra Q, and then you ulti trap them, so you have 3 Qs if you use it properly, and then in between you want right click, and then you get extra little bit of burst damage and damage mitigation from a W.
Yeah.
That's very, very interesting. But the one thing I have learned, if you are playing up against Irelia, don't fight her in a creep wave.
Yeah, true.
Because the Tiamat damage literally like drops it down to like 3/4 health before she even actually Qs onto you. So it's like Q, and you're just standing in the creep wave. It's like, Tiamat. It keeps spamming and you keep burning. And it's like, what is happening? Why am I dying?
it's gonna like laning against an Irelia is gonna be like, for me it has been like the grey screen simulator.
Yeah,
the black screen simulator rather.
Because I remember playing against this one Irelia, right? She wasn't like you said, she wasn't mechanically gifted, but every time I was near, like I was wondering why I was dying, right? Because I killed her initially. And then she did this crazy, boosty thing.
Her Q,
and then I died. And then the next time again, I just killed her, and I'm just like, I had half HP. And then she comes back to lane and she kills me again. And I'm just like wondering why. And then I realized that she had picked up Tiamat. And every time I was fighting near the creep wave, I would lose half my health before the engage actually happens. But every other time, even though she had 2 or 3 creeps, I would go on her, and because she had no one to queue to other than me, she couldn't get off.
Yeah, true.
So, that's super interesting how, the small mechanics in League. But one thing I love about how League works is the vision game. I think the vision game is super cool.
Yeah, it is. So, knowing is half the battle.
Yeah. Already, I think most of the battle is won through your lineup. Because in Dota, 90% of the game is won through your draft. It's super important. Like, it looks like you're just picking and banning heroes, but I think that's where all the magic happens.
Yeah, true.
That's where
all the mind games
exactly.
happen. Yeah.
So how your timings, everything depends on your composition, right? If you can't team fight with all carries if they don't have any AOE disables, or anything that allows you to control multiple heroes at the same time.
True.
Like there was a meta where you literally go Earthshaker, Tidehunter, those kind of heroes, and you just CC control the enemy.
Tidehunter is
so the one that
has a lot of tentacles, yeah?
Yeah, so it's basically the Leviathan Kraken.
Okay. So basically
it's like the monster of the deep sea.
Okay.
You call him that. So I think you could basically compare him to Amumu in a way, because you can actually flash in and disable multiple people. But Amumu's only difference is it's a root.
It's a root, yeah.
But Tidehunter's ult is actually
it's a stun. It's a stun.
It
Okay.
counts as a disable. So in Dota, root and stun are 2 different things.
I see.
Usually when you get rooted, there are certain abilities that you actually can't cast. Like for example...
that's the same with the League as well.
So I think Cassiopeia is Medusa, right? In your okay.
Yep.
So Cassiopeia has that ability which like literally puts like poison on the ground.
Yeah, true.
And when you're on it, I cannot use any of my spells.
Yeah.
So that's driven because my Q and my E all are mobility. So then I'm like just like, what do I do now?
Can I right click here? But it's too slow.
and then I played up against this really weird matchup. I think the matchup was this guy, right? Like he literally just drops gas. He runs and he leaves gas. He leaves gas.
Cinch.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? I was like he flips me over and it's like a burger or something. He gasses me up. Like literally, I hit him once. He runs. So I like, okay, this guy's not doing anything.
Okay, he's not doing it. I'm just gonna check.
I'm like, what's happening to my health? He's just like leaving gas. And I'm like, what kind of hero is this? And then he has this. Like sand pit, which literally stops you from chasing him at all.
From doing anything.
Every single time I got him to force he uses the pit, and then I just come out of the pit and flash onto him. And it's like, you're dead, man. Like, you know, it was super annoying, man.
Yeah,
Like,
Singed is a really super annoying champion.
all right,
to
so
work against.
there is a topic that we still haven't got to. I was trying to avoid talking about this, but what do you think about the new Mordekaiser Reaver?
Okay, let's not go there.
we have to talk about it. The people at home need to know why Mordekaiser is so broken. That hero is
Okay, so there are a lot of Dota players and League players here, right?
Yeah.
So you know how Legion Commander works? Legion Commander is ultimate.
Yeah, I do.
So you basically take a champion into a 1v1, steal all of their stats, and just WEQ them, and they're dead.
And let's not forget the passive, sir.
Oh yes, the passive. Every time you deal...
Yeah, you see, the thing is, you had to hit 5 times to proc...
3 times.
No. I'm saying you had to hit 5 times to proc Conqueror.
Yeah.
Conqueror is a very strong rune, by the way.
Yeah, true.
So you hit a hero either 3 times, 5 times with auto attacks or with auto attacks and skills, and then you proc Conqueror. And this guy has something stronger than Conqueror in 3 hits.
The passive.
Like he
And
beats
he
you with a
heals.
he beats you with a club, right? He can heal, and for the amount of damage you do to him, he gets a shield, and he can also pull you into him.
Yep, he can pull you into him. He gets a shield. He heals and he kills. It's so fun to lane against the
I'm telling you, if he kills like say a AD carry does really well, the Mordekaiser does really well, right? And you're in a team fight, and you fight 1v1 the carry, and you kill him,
And
you
you
get
get
all
all
his
his
damage. And the thing about League is, when you get all their stats, it
You
increases
become
that
a monster.
spell damage too. And like he just runs at the support and he Qs it. Dead. What is that? How is that? How do you play against that?
So basically, I have seen some counters coming in. So Gangplank is actually a good counter for the new Mordekaiser. You can basically W and escape from his ultimate.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Okay.
apparently I've seen that happen. And
That's interesting.
yeah, through a pro player here in Sri Lanka, so I got to know that
It's funny if we can W out of the ulti and you can't flash out of his ult. I mean,
Yeah, true.
how does that make sense?
So Gangplank's W is basically like a debuff. No, wait, it takes down all the debuffs and buffs on him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's actually very strong. That's
yeah,
like
it's like removes scurvy. That's the name.
yeah. So what we call it is, I think it's called what was it? We had a term for this in Dota as well. I think it was like we usually say it's we usually
like
call
a
it purging.
We call it cleanse.
Ah,
cleansing.
right. So you actually have a summon spell called
Yeah, cleanse as well. So it's like a mini cleanse
Right.
that takes you out of a stun or a root.
No, those
So-
are usually
yeah,
very,
so,
very
and you
interesting.
can use the there's this item called the Quicksilver Slash.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, when you use that, you can get out of the Mordekaiser ultimate as well. That is
Oh,
what
that's-
this
oh.
particular pro player told me.
Oh, that's nice because you can actually make a really good late
Yeah.
game item with the Riven using the Quicksilver Slash.
Yeah, true.
What sword is it called? The green
The
lightsaber
Mercurial
looking thing.
Scimitar.
Yeah, yes, the Mercurial Scimitar. Yes, yes. So, but the only thing is like, so in Dota, I'm used to like always hitting my keys, to use my items. We have this thing called trade switching.
Yeah.
So we have this. So in League, I'm very interested in the boot system as well. Like what. You
The
have
types of boots
the
that you have
types
to
of boots.
buy.
So you have the ones that increase your AP, the ones that give you armor,
The ones that give you,
and then one that gives you this thing called I think it's called tenacity.
Yeah,
So
sure.
tenacity basically reduces the amount of time that you're CC'd.
Yeah, CC'd, yeah.
So that those, and then you have the one that increases the AP as well, and attack damage, attack speed, etc., etc.
And your cooldown
Yeah. So
reduction.
in Dota we have a little bit of, like we have few boots here and there. So one that allows us to TP into every single lane in a 20-second cooldown called Boots of Travel, which is probably every single person's boots at late game because you can just buy back and then get back right into the fight, right?
yeah.
So in League, you don't have the buyback option. So that makes the Dota games a little longer.
Yeah, true.
But it makes it more tactical.
Tactical,
Because
yeah.
you can literally force someone else to buy back and then come back.
That's the beauty of it. So, when it comes to late game, in Dota, if you lose a team fight, you can easily buy back. But
Yeah.
in League, if you lose the late game, lose a team fight in the late game,
You just
lose. You're
done.
just
Yeah,
done.
I've thrown games. Trust me, I've thrown games. So anyway, looks like we do have
We
the
are back,
game.
I believe,
yeah.
yeah.
So we have Candy Panda once again in the top lane, playing his. I keep forgetting names. I'm sorry.
Playing Yorick.
Yorick.
Yeah.
Okay. Yorick and
Kled.
It's
Kled. It's Kled.
I'm changing his name.
Okay,
It's
what are
not
you gonna
Kled
call him?
anymore.
What
I'm
are
gonna
you
call
gonna
him Kled.
Okay.
It's easier to remember.
So that's the same thing.
No, others you can call him Klein, as if. Never mind. Anyway, Lux is pushing out the lane right now. Annie is actually quite low, so
Yeah,
if,
she is.
Yeah, but anyway, the jungler is currently level 5. We cannot.
Yeah,
see,
we can see that the Sona has got 2 kills and so
No, that was that rotation
yeah,
from
yeah.
Jarvan coming in. Oh, nice connection there from
the brand.
Azikov for the win. As if is it Aziko?
I believe it is so. Yeah, it's Azza.
You know the thing I hate the most about League? Last hitting on a tower. Like as Riven, I don't mind because I can literally queue and I can prep it pretty easily. But as Jin, it's so hard to prep a creep. Like his reload animation takes so long.
You farm with your Q and your autos, right?
Yeah, I do. I use skills. I know I'm supposed to do that. I'm just used to a hero that doesn't have mana, Give me some slack. Yeah, the first hero I play doesn't have mana, and then they give me this safe lane and they expect me to mana management.
Okay,
so it doesn't work.
So, we do see that the junglers have hit
level 6, so we should see some
quite a bit
rotations
of coming in there from the brand, but the Sona can heal back. So it's fine.
Sona
misses the ultimate! If she had landed, if that ultimate had landed there, if it had connected, that would have been 2 easy kills.
No, I think they needed to go for it.
Yeah, they had to. They had to.
That's the cool thing about League, right? Everything's a skill shot.
Yeah.
And it comes down to how good you are as a player, how good you are at reading other. Oh, the Ashe
ultimate just goes in. But in the mid lane, we do have Kled ultimate coming in, and the J4 comes back in. The Lux ultimate just connects, but does not do enough damage. But Saber gets taken down by Candy Panda, taking on his teammate, and the Lux root lands.
Oh, what a nice connection.
That was a nice play by the Annie, giving in her stun, but she is taken down by Booyah, and that was a good rotation by Unseen Blade. The bot lane coming in towards the mid lane, taking down the Kled as well. I believe there are 4 people dead in the
yeah. So it was 3 for 1 change.
Oh yeah, it's 3 for 1 exchange. My bad.
So I think they lost the Annie, they lost Mumu, and
they lost Kled. Yeah,
Kled as well. So, but that is a lot of commitment to try and bring down the J4, and J4 actually played it really well. He bought a lot of time. Forced about 2 flashes, if I'm not mistaken, and right now you can see, Yorick with his spirit.
yeah.
Did he just kill his own spirit?
Yeah, the maiden dies. Like the maiden is the one that's tanking the tower damage.
Yeah. Yeah, that is crazy because you put your main, you let him tank all the damage, and you just dive with the jungler. Like that's crazy. But anyway, I think I see the combination that they're running right now once they hit level 6. So it's going to be Sona R into Ashe R. So it's literally you're stuck in place for like 4.5 seconds.
And you'll be
like the Ashe is like beating into you like, what do I do?
Life is
Somebody
nice.
help. Like somebody help.
Here I expect the Tristana to run a QSS. As a second, as a
maybe tenacity boots.
Yeah, tenacity boots as well. The Mercury trades.
Yeah, Mercury trades, yes. So coming back to that topic, since we seem to have a little bit of downtime, in Dota we have this thing called power trades.
Yeah.
Which changes you between. So in your terms, it would be changes you between mage, assassin, and tank. So you have 3 different modes. So when you go into tank mode, you get increased stacks for your health. Okay. You go into assassin mode, you get more attack speed, more attack damage.
Yeah.
So that would be the assassin mode, it'll be green. And then if you want to cast spells,
so
you get into
those
blue.
Are your boots, yeah?
Yeah, not this is one boot that you can switch.
Okay,
so you can click it to switch.
Okay.
So every time you cast a spell, you switch it to blue, so you get extra mana. So it's called efficiency. So if it takes 200 mana,
we do see Saber getting ambushed there. The Lux uses the ultimate, and I believe that is the dead Saber. One more auto attack should do it. And Hava managed to take down his former teammate.
Their teammates as well.
Yeah, their teammates as well. And
so
this should be a free Drake.
Yeah,
that's
free Drake.
That's an infernal Drake, Asman.
See, I predicted this. I told you it's always nice when the infernal Drake is.
True, it is. And that is the Drake coming in. So, reminder to all our viewers at home and the people here as well. So, the infernal Drake gives you more damage when it comes to.
To me, my top lane looks like
yes, Yorick is getting dived down by the Annie.
Oh, the jukes!
The jukes by Candy Panda, but he is taken to vision, and he managed to land that stun and believe that this is a dead Candy Panda. Oh, and I believe the Ash arrow went there.
Yeah, Ash arrow actually went in, and so that's the Predator you were talking about. So
Yeah,
the Predator into the ultimate,
ultimate
so much
is,
burst. And now once again in the top lane, the Lux has an opportunity to try and bring down.
But I think that the Lux does not have the ultimate.
Yeah, we
knife,
just see.
but
Oh,
I
she landed the root. Ash's corner.
He managed to take down the Annie, but coming to the bot lane, the Ash managed to take down the Brand.
And out, I think Sonya's being used on. Oh, the ultimate of
Ultimate-
Oh, double
that's
kill!
the double kill! Is Booyah gonna make it? No, I don't think so, yes.
Yeah,
So
but
that is
that's
the curse
so
I'm
worth
talking
it. That's
about.
a 1 versus 3.
It was a 1 versus 3, and he managed to take 2 kills there.
But
it's
I'm
coming-
surprised that the Lux actually preemptively predicted the Annie to blink flash in.
Flash in there.
That was pretty
So this
crazy.
is the mechanical Booyah I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He is at his best so early in the morning. So I believe this is a first tier 1 tower taken down.
And the best part is get the turret. They get the place,
they get the place as well.
So, and that and the turret first blood.
Yep.
So that's a lot of gold.
That's a lot of gold
Yeah,
going
so
in
already there is about a 5k net worth lead, 5.5.
Okay, so all of the gold is funneled into the Ash.
I think like you said, Leo, so we're currently at 13 minutes, so there's 12 minutes left on your timer. Let's see if they can finish things off. A lot of mana being used. I think they need to recall, just use up all the gold that we
all
have.
the gold. I mean, the Ash is at 97 CS, 30 minutes into the
And
game.
then
I
we
believe
have,
she'll be able to complete her. She'll be able to complete the book, or I'll be. Yeah, she does complete the book, and she does get the Berserker's Greaves, which gives you attack speed.
Yeah. And she also has the, what is it, the Maw?
No,
Maw? No, not Maw. I can't remember what it's called. The blade that she has right there, it's like... see, the thing
The
is...
sword, yeah?
Yeah, Leon told me about this item, so I was wondering. Is that, that's what you meant by the book?
The book.
Oh, right. Okay.
The Blade of the Ruined King.
Blade of the Ruined King.
Yeah.
There we go. Because you kept saying book. I was like, what do you mean by
the
book?
book.
He doesn't have anything that looks like a book. He has a sword. I was like,
I'm really used to shout calling to my teammates and be like, buy a book, and everyone's like, what's a book?
Oh, nice scout out there.
There is like so much damage coming in from the Lux as well. She's 3-1-3 on the Lux, and she
also has a Ludens as well.
Yeah, Ludens as well. So Ludens is like so much damage.
It's funny how Ludens work, right? Because the more you got to charge it by walking around.
Yeah, walking around and
so
obviously.
it's I really love using it on Ari.
Yeah, Ari, building Ludens on Ari is like the best thing. So right now we do see the Herald being taken by Team IIT. That's a free Herald going there. So the Herald spawns before 20 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
And he is basically a tower pusher. We just spawn him into the map and he pushes the tower.
So what I was going to ask you was in terms of... actually, no, what I wanted to ask you was what's... Shelly!
So yeah,
Shelly.
Shelly is the Herald.
I'm trying to remember the name that everyone used to call... oh, looks like they dropped him in the mid lane. They actually used Shelly in the mid lane, so he's now currently going to get a lot of plates off that one hit. Because
they managed to take down tower as well. So
now in
Ken
bot
Panda
lane,
and Kled trading there. Oh my god, the stun, the kill coming in. And there is another stun landed there by the Sona. Well played there. Double kill for the J4 here. And Candy Panda managed to take down the Kled, and the Unseen Blade is on a killing spree. IIT is dominating.
I think they might actually be able to go for more because they're all dead. And then once again, it's
and
half HP. And the J4 jumps in
with the Cataclysm and managed to get the ace. 16 minutes into the game.
I don't know, but what happened right there, but everything's just connected.
So I think they'll be able to finish this game before 25 minutes. They already have Shelly coming into the inhibitor towers as well, the Nexus towers rather.
Shelly's actually going. Okay, finally Shelly actually goes down and they lost the tower as well. Now
and Saber taking a lot of damage. He managed to land that root over there really well, but Candy Panda, he's taking on the fight against the Kled, but he is managed to be safe on a sphere of health. Candy Panda, he is safe.
Oh, no. I think you were 10 minutes too early on your game ending, by the way.
I take that back. So, Team IIT coming out on top. GG well played by Team KDU as well. It's not over yet.
So it looks like Annie's bad.
Annie's bad. He managed to take down the Kled. And the support is on a rampage.
Yeah, the Lux is also falling pretty low now.
But
Sona needs to be a little bit careful.
Sona
Few more
needs
hits
to
on
be,
the
yeah.
Nexus should be enough. And
Yeah,
there we
and
have
that
it.
is JG.
It's going
First
to
game of
be
the day is 17 minutes into the game.
17
minutes, man. Okay,
Shelly MVP.
Yeah, Shelly
MVP.
Shelly
Like,
MVP.
that is some insane usage of the referral to end the game. That was nuts.
Dude, that was really nice. So I believe that so much damage was coming in there from the Lux. The rotation from Team IIT was really well done.
So anyway, we'll be getting back into the game in a little bit, meaning we'll be breaking down the game a little more and see what KDU could have done better and what IIT did right and what they could have done to increase their timing even more. But right now we have Terra on stage getting ready for the post-match interview. Do not go anywhere, for we have the Dota 2 Grand Finals coming up right after this. So that is going to be hype.
Who's taking on who?
So we'll be, I think it's going to be IIT taking on NSBM. So it's been, sorry, Apid taking on NSBM. So it's been a long-standing rivalry.
Okay, so
it's been a long-standing.
NSBM
like
campus, man.
It's been like, I think every single year it's going to be NSBM versus Apid, NSBM versus NSBM and Apid.
I mean,
and like every
really
single time, Apid was dominating, right?
Yeah.
Because they had the combination of Toad Boss and the same. But anyway, before we get into that hype, we're going to move it down all the way to Terra. Terra should be there with the two captains. So over to you.
Open a savings account, pay for your stuff, transfer money, earn interest, get amazing discounts with FreeMe. FreeMe, the future of banking, powered by Nations Trust Bank. Get on board.
Enjoy Pizza Hut's delicious pepper chicken pizza. Your favorite taste, our way. Pizza Hut.
Ready? Action!
The coolest new action phones from Galaxy A. Ready? Action!
The Big Bell box has arrived at Taco Bell. Get a taco, sriracha melt burrito, nachos with salsa, cinnamon twists, and Coke for just 999 rupees. Call 2738-738 to order.
Visa makes Wednesdays taco-rific at Taco Bell. Buy one, get one free every Wednesday till 3rd July. When you pay with your Visa debit or credit card. Call 2738-738 to order.
crowd verteke mune crowd verteke inne verteke Hi guys and welcome back to the Inter-University Esports Championship 2019 and of course we did see a really good League of Legends match right here on stage. Just before we get into our next game which is going to be the Dota 2 finals if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be really good. We'll be getting into it shortly but we're going to do a small giveaway. So I would like to request Anyone who wants to win merchandise, basically, head on over to the staging area. I know that you guys are there watching matches, but head on over to the main stage area where y'all can win yourself some free gifts, courtesy of Gamer.LK. And it is going to be food. We are giving away food. Technically, it is lunchtime, so I know you guys are hungry. So if you manage to answer a few questions that I'm going to be asking, we will be giving away free pizza. That's right, guys, we are giving away free pizza. So anyone who wants to win yourself free pizza during lunchtime, head on over to the main stage area. So we do see a crowd moving in as soon as we hear Pizza Hut. I mean, it's pizza, man. It's free pizza. Everybody loves pizza. Guys, again, free pizza right here. So head on over to the main stage area, and if you all manage to answer the questions that I asked. It's very simple. I'll be picking someone who raised. So what you all are supposed to be doing is, when I ask the question, raise your hand. I'll randomly pick someone. If you all manage to get the answer right, you'll be given away 2 free pizzas, courtesy of Gamer.LK and Pizza Hut. I shall ask the question, and then you can come forward. Everyone's already excited for the pizza. So since we do have a crowd, the first question: how many years has Gamer.LK been in operation? How many years has Gamer.LK been in operation? We do have one guy. Okay, let's see whether he gets it right. I mean, you all should remember this. I have been mentioning it throughout the 2 days. Hi man, what's your name?
Banuka.
Banuka, so how many years do you think Gamer.LK has been in operation?
12 years.
That is right. So you do win yourself 2 free pizzas. Just before I give you the 2 pizzas, what do you think about the event and how far esports have come?
I think the event is pretty amazing. Oh, the lights and it's pretty cool. And as far for gaming,
you look very tired and hungry, so I'm going to give you the free pizza and let you go.
not like that, but
Your 2 slices from Pizza Hut. So we do have our first. I do have a lot more to give away. So the first question was a bit easy because everyone knows about Gamer.LK and everyone knows how long we have been doing this for. So the next question is going to be a bit game specific. And the next question: can you tell me the developers involved in Dota 2? I'm talking about all 3 developers from Dota 1 days, not Dota 2. I'm not talking about the Dota 2 developers. I'm talking about the Dota 1 developers. I'm looking for at least one name. Anyone? Dota 2 developer. One of the Dota 2 developers of the initial Dota map. Or Defense of the Ancient. I think we have a guy who is a bit shy to come forward. Mitta, you're welcome to. Mitsuka, you're welcome to come forward. It's free pizza, man. We are giving away free pizza. Anyone who comes up, I mean, everybody loves free pizza. Mitsuka, you can come forward. Don't be afraid. He's walking away. We have I'm just wondering whether we should be giving you free pizza. Anyone with a Dota 2 developer, any Dota 2 developer, without the organization? Anyone? Yeah, you can come forward and answer. Thank you very much. Come. Bit of a shy guy. Talks normally a lot, but a bit shy. Hi, Mitsuga. What do you think the answer is?
Frog?
That is right. Can you give me another name?
Not sure, it's Blizzard, I think, but they were the ones who break Warcraft, but yeah.
Not technically. Another name?
Garena? No, not Garena.
Okay, never mind. At least you gave me one name, so I'm going to give you the free pizza.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to let you get off that easily. So we do have the Dota 2 finals coming up.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to win?
It actually depends on the draft. I'm not quite sure. Both teams are actually pretty good. So let's see how it goes.
Who's your money on? I know you have friends on both sides.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you who is your money on right now. If you are a betting man, you can have a bet with me right now.
It's hard to say. I am a betting man.
You can't be unbiased. You can't be political. You need to give me an answer.
I would say Apid.
Apid?
Yeah.
Why though?
I mean, they have a good line. I mean, they're both, all players in Apid are really good. They are synergized and they are in sync. I mean, they've been playing for the past couple of years as a team as well. So I would say they would win.
Okay. In your opinion, who is the best player right now in Sri Lanka?
Who is playing in this tournament or?
Outside, in general, for Dota 2, who is the strongest player in Sri Lanka right now? Because we do have a lot of immortal players in the country. We have top MMR players.
Yeah.
but in your opinion, who is the best Dota player right now in the country?
He's not in the country at the moment, but I would think it's Mirzab.
Mirzab is your name. So you think Toad Boss is not up to standard?
He is, but I mean, if you go one-on-one with Toad Boss versus Mirzab, I would say Mirzab.
Then you have Satan, Mokshet. You think they are not good enough?
I would think it's Mirzab still.
Mirzab for sure. Okay, thank you very much, man, for having this chat. That is your free pizza from Pizza Hut. Guys, a round of applause for Mitsuka. So we do have another question. So now this question is not Dota related basically. This question is basically League of Legends related. I'm not asking again for the organization. I'm asking for one of the main developers of League of Legends. A hint, he moved out from Dota 2 to join League of Legends. If you all can come up with a name for one of the developers of League of Legends. Even if it's not the one that I mentioned. We do have some of the top league players in the country right here in the hall. I'm just wondering what is happening here. Do you guys not know the game that you all play? One dev. That's all I'm... We have so everybody who plays League of Legends knows Ash, right? I mean, he represented Sri Lanka. And I'm going to invite Ash to come forward. Let's have a chat, man. I'm pretty sure you can get a name. So can you come up with one developer? I mean, you're one of the top players in the country. You represented Sri Lanka in the ISF for League of Legends. Can you tell me at least one developer for League of Legends?
I'm embarrassed to say I actually don't know any developers. I actually have no name.
Do you know the company that does it?
Yeah, of course. Riot Games.
Thank you, man. Thank God, I was a bit afraid.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to give you a free Red Bull.
Okay.
Just for that.
Thank you.
And one more question. So you represented Sri Lanka in an international stage when it comes to League of Legends. How was your experience?
It was like once in a lifetime experience. I mean, it's like a dream come true to go abroad and play what you like. To make it as a career, it's like really insane. I love that experience. I hope to do that again this year as well.
So for those of you, for those who do not know what actually happened in ISF, can you give everyone here and everyone watching at home a brief description of what exactly happened?
Yeah, so we had qualifiers here in Sri Lanka. So the top team here who won the qualifiers move on to the international qualifier, which was held in Taiwan. So we went there and played. We got mashed up versus, it's basically a group system at first. So the first group we got was basically Taipei and Korea and Italy. Those three are one of like the top main countries who are very famous for League of Legends. So we had a very unlucky start in the group stages, but we did our best and unfortunately we couldn't move through to the finals.
In your opinion, who is your favorite League of Legends player? Who do you look up to in the League of Legends scene?
Right, in Sri Lanka.
Not in Sri Lanka, just, I mean, you're one of the top players in Sri Lanka, so you cannot be looking up to anyone. I'm asking internationally.
Okay. So internationally, I would say I would really like Caps. He's from the team Fnatic. I think everyone here knows the organization Fnatic. He's a really top player. He's like, he won the MSI tournament right 1 month ago. He's a very top level player and I really look up to him.
Okay, thank you very much and thank you for not, I thought you would mention hands down Faker. Every time I talk to a League of Legends player, it's always Faker. The different perspective, I really like it. Thank you very much for having this chat.
Thank you very much.
Guys, a round of applause for Ash from League of Legends who represented Sri Lanka in the ISF last year. I mean, that's a huge achievement to make sure that, you know, Sri Lankan esports are right there in the international level. Having a team in Sri Lanka represent us in an international tournament is a massive thing for esports, and it just goes to show how much esports in the country as well as around the world has developed. So I do have one more left. For that, I'm just going to have a small interview. So if that guy comes forward, hopefully I'll give him one. I do have, wait, I did see someone come into the hall, someone who has been in the esports scene for some time. Everybody knows him when it comes to Call of Duty and even in the League of Legends scene. I think a lot of people are aware of this guy. He was not in the country for some time. We have Nawad Bopit here. I saw Nawad here somewhere. Let's see whether he comes forward. I saw Nawad here. Can we have Nawad up here in front to have a small chat, because I want to have a conversation about how, because he was in Australia for some time, I want to see a bit of a comparison about what Sri Lankan esports association-wise and what Australia has to offer as well. So guys, can we have a round of applause for Nawad? a very well-known character in the esports scene who has been working alongside GLK for a really long time and has been doing a lot of work to make sure that esport is what it is today. First of all, man, how are you doing? When did you get back to the country?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I just got back a few hours ago.
What do you think? Like, you were in Aussie for some time, you've been in and out of Aussie. How do you think the esports association-wise, how do you think the organization-wise, how do you compare Sri Lanka and Australia?
So Australia does have an esports organization, but it's not as developed as Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka does have a tiered architecture thanks to Gamer.LK, and so there's a lot of structure around it. So that enables a lot of these esports players to come and take part in these events. And there's a central gathering place for these gamers in Gamer.LK, but there's nothing equivalent to this Gamer.LK in Australia.
In terms of skill level, like a lot of these Sri Lankan players, you have really high tier players who are at an international standard, who is working their way towards, really getting there, and of course then you have the people who are developing. Yep. Comparatively, how do you think the Australian players compare to the Sri Lankan esport athletes?
Okay, I have to be really honest here. The Australian players are in a much higher skill tier, but I do believe the Sri Lankan players are getting there now, especially with these League of Legends teams going international. It's pretty much the best experience they can get right now.
Okay, so you are part of the last year's Inter-University Esports Championship and Mercantile Schools. You have been around. How do you think esports in Sri Lanka has developed over the last couple of years?
Yep, so I've been taking part in Gamer.LK events since 2012, and I've been actively organizing these events since 2013. So within that time span, Gamer.LK has expanded so much, and within the last 1 year, the tournament has expanded, I'd say, around 200%. We would not have been able to imagine this 5 years back. So that's the scale that Gamer.LK has brought to Sri Lanka, and I'm very proud of it, and I'm very proud to be a part of it.
Okay, thank you very much, man. And just because you had that chat with me, I'm going to give you 2 free pizzas.
Oh, thank you. When I asked that, thank you.
Thank you very much. So there you have it, guys. Now with Bobit here, coming down from Australia just for the event itself, taking part, and of course making sure that we also manage to get everything right here. So we will be back shortly with the Dota 2 finals. We will be going for a very short commercial break, and then we'll be back with the live game of the Dota 2 finals right here at the Inter-University Esports Championship 2019, and this is what esports is all about.
Enjoy Pizza Hut's delicious pepper chicken pizza. Your favorite taste, our way. Pizza Hut.
Ready? Action!
The coolest new action phones from Galaxy A. Ready? Action!
The Big Bell box has arrived at Taco Bell. Get a taco, sriracha melt burrito, nachos with salsa, cinnamon twists, and Coke for just 999 rupees. Call 2738-738 to order.
Visa makes Wednesdays taco-rific at Taco Bell. Buy one, get one free every Wednesday till 3rd July. When you pay with your Visa debit or credit card. Call 2738-738 to order.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the Inter-University Esports Championship 2019. Of course, hosted by Gamer.LK and powered by SLT Fiber, the fastest broadband network in the country as well. And of course, we do have a Dota 2 finals coming up, like I said. So without further ado, I'm not going to keep you all waiting for too long because I want this match started and everybody is here ready to watch the Dota 2 finals. And it is 2 really good teams. We have very high tier players on both teams. They are from some of the top teams in the country. So without further ado, let me introduce team number 1 on my right. It is going to be a team from NSBM. And on my left, we have a team, University, which won one of the Inter-University Esports Championship. If I remember, it was the first Inter-University Esports Championship. And that is team from Apit. There are a lot of top tier players here, some of the best in the country, and among the top in the Southeast Asian region as well. So if I can have the two captains remain on stage while the players take a seat, we do have the coin toss for the match. I'd like to invite the official referee for the match, Danushka Madhushanka, on stage for the coin toss. NSPM with the call. Heads was the call and it is tails. So Apit with the coin toss win. Second pick is the call from Apit. And NSPM is going radiant. So there you have it, guys, the coin toss. So I want to ask you guys, who are you guys supporting? I don't hear it. Is there anyone for Apit? I only hear NSPM. One guy, I like him. Again, NSPM, Apit. We have people at the back who are shouting. You all need to come forward and shout, you know. So anyhow, guys, so really good Dota 2 match. NSPM taking on Apit. Some of the top players in the country going up against each other. Some of these players actually play in the same team as well. And now they're playing on two different teams. It's going to be really interesting to see how the match is going to turn out. So without any more distraction, I'm going to hand it over to the caster. It's going to be Azman Jakro and Abdul Nightblade going to be taking you all through the play-by-play. And of course, this is the Inter-University Esports Championship 2019.
The Big Bell box has arrived at Taco Bell. Get a taco, sriracha melt burrito, nachos with salsa, cinnamon twists, and Coke for just 999 rupees. Call 2738-738 to order.
Visa makes Wednesdays taco-rific at Taco Bell. Buy one, get one free every Wednesday till 3rd July. When you pay with your Visa debit or credit card. Call 2738-738 to order.
The battle begins.
Hello and welcome everyone to the Dota 2 finals. I'm your caster Abdul and with me is Azman.
I'm ready for this game. I think, it's basically the battle of two of the biggest titans for this particular title. How many times has NSPM gone up against Apit in the Dota 2 Grand Finals? I think this might be like one of those university rivalries, when it comes to esports.
Yeah, when it comes to Dota, for sure.
And I think the rosters.
Yeah, I think rosters are very, very strong on both sides. And what do you want to tell me about Apit?
So in terms of Apit, so they lost a lot of experience in terms of Munta's brother.
Yeah.
So Hanif has graduated.
Oh yeah.
So he was there in the last time one, and he was very experienced player, and what needed to be not what needed to be done. So I'm so excited that I'm forgetting how to speak English. But basically, he knew what he needed to do, and now basically Munta has taken over. That's Toad Boss. So he's done a great job, and he has a lot of extremely talented players with him. So even last time, the amazing Lion player Kaushika, I think you remember that for sure.
Crazy Lion.
Crazy. I mean, some of the best impales I have seen in Dota 2 up to this date. Like I've seen a lot of Lions in my life, but I've not seen one like Kaushika's for sure. Ever. So then we have Shauban, probably one of the youngest and probably right now one of the strongest offlaners in Sri Lanka right now, in my personal opinion. I think he has evolved as a player throughout the last year and has become a very well-respected figure in terms of an offlaner in Dota. And then we have Munta himself. I mean, I don't think I need to do any sort of introduction to him.
Toad Boss.
Toad Boss is literally the god of the mid lane, like even on equal terms with Mirzab as well. He has come a long way, and he represented the country also recently, I believe, for the Ace Predator tournament.
Yeah.
So he has that under his belt, so he has a lot of experience. He's the one who's going to be leading the team. So a lot of, basically they'll be looking to him to guide them through. And then obviously they have Deathwish, who has been who has created like probably one of the top tier Dota 2 teams.
I feel like he's the one who brought the team together.
Yes, exactly. So not just around with Apit, even his own team that he plays professional Dota with. He has done a lot of work in terms of being a captain, bringing people together and making sure that they practice and developing. And most of these youngsters that are playing have been, it's basically a testament to him for bringing them in and then making sure that they develop and practice on time, and a lot of commitment coming through from him.
Yeah,
so
I think if
great.
you're looking through a captain's point of view, Deathwish has done a really good job in that sense that he's done so much for his team and he's put in so much work, and it shows,
Yeah,
past
sure.
year.
I think the
he's
results
done really well.
throughout the last few years, it has really shown, and that's why Apit has pretty much won the Dota title repeatedly.
Yeah, the Dota 2 title.
The Dota 2 title. So they've won it repeatedly, and that's testament to all the commitment and hard work that they put in. And I'm pretty sure they put in the same amount of effort this time as well. So, and then finally, for the side of Apit, we have their newest addition, and my safe laner. So it's going to be Inam. Yes,
Inam.
Yes, Inam. His in-game name is Inam now.
I mean, if she changed it to Fate, so
he should change it to Fate. I don't know why he wants it like. No, like I remember, right? Because I was registering for the tournament. He's like, "What's your in-game name?" Inam. And I'm like, "So you're going as Inam." Like, doesn't make any sense. What is that supposed to be? Okay. But anyway, it looks like it's time for you to get energized.
Oh yeah. Oh, I just got my.
Yeah, you just got yours. I got mine. So let's energize. So guys, if you do want to pick me up, make sure to head on over to the Red Bull area and get a nice Red Bull.
It's so nice to have something like this right before a finals when the game's gonna be so hype. There's so many good players in these teams.
Yeah. So before we round up with Apit, so Inam has come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He literally just, showed up in this. He was there, I think. I'm not sure. But anyway, I met him last year and I was super impressed by the way he was playing. He was at Divine 5 level.
Yeah.
And he plays really well. He picks up the game really fast. Very committed player. And I think having someone like Toad Boss and experienced players like Deathwish in that roster is going to help him also develop as a player. So he's going to be someone to look out for in this game for sure. I think he can either make or break the Apit team for sure.
Yeah.
Because he has a lot of weight on his shoulders.
Getting so many more perspectives helps you grow so much as a player. Because usually you're in one team and someone keeps telling you to do, like I've been telling Inam a lot of what to do.
Telling Inam, only telling Inam. Only telling Inam.
Okay. No, we'll talk about Inam. So I've been telling him quite a bit of what to do. Usually how to play the game, just the intricacies of team play, because he used to be a lot more of a solo player before. So I've been just, telling him a lot of my own perspectives. But, when he joins a team like this and he's with, players like Toad Boss and Deathwish, who he hasn't interacted with yet in a team setting, where he can get new perspectives and he can grow so much more as a player. So tournaments like the Inter-University help even younger players to gain even more experience through this by playing with so many different players.
I think it's crazy the amount of new talent that we can see. I mean, my most memorable one for this one would be the first game of the day yesterday.
Yeah.
Where we saw that Templar Assassin, I believe his name was Devon in game. And he was like, I don't know, for me, I think he was the highlight of the tournament.
I think he played
I was not
really
expecting that. I honestly wasn't. And that was a very, even though it on screen it looks like just like a normal play, it was actually a very, very high level play. It's very difficult.
Using the side blades to get a lot of damage onto people, it's not super easy.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
but anyway, let's get into the NSBM team.
Yeah, the NSBM team.
Yeah, I mean, so let's talk about who I would like to call the crowd favorite.
Okay. Beaver.
So it's Beaver, Anupama. Obviously, it's going to be the crowd favorite for sure. I mean, he's been that for, 3 years now?
Yeah, and he's such, there's so much to like about him. Not only as a Dota player, but just as a person.
Yeah, he's actually very nice.
Such a nice guy to just talk about Dota, talk about anything. He's just super nice.
if you don't like if you so usually he's a very chill, very calm guy. But if you start talking to him about his vehicle, he won't shut up.
Really?
He won't shut up. He'll keep going on and on. I got this upgraded, I got this upgraded, and I'm not a car guy.
Okay.
I don't know that much about parts, and I'm just like stop.
Just goes over it. Yeah.
But he's super nice guy and
such a skilled Dota player.
Yeah, but he's amazing.
Amazing Dota
Such
player.
a good Dota player. He recently got back into scene. I think he was having exams, so now he's back into it. So back then he was a godlike player, and throughout the tournament we watched one of his games, and even that he played a Kunka, and he was literally all over the map. He was where he needed to be at the right time, at the right place, and he was making the plays happening. Basically making the plays happen, not happening. Rave,
but a little bit too excited.
Yeah, a little bit too excited. But in the way, so far I think he's at a level where he can basically win the game on his own if he has a very, very good start. But only challenge for him will be he's up against one of the best in the country. So we'll have to wait and see what kind of matchup will come into that game, and then we can basically estimate what's going to happen in that game.
Let's not forget about Torch being in NSBM, one of the players in Deathwish's team.
The Keith brothers.
The brothers are there, Kalindo and Torch, both of them.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that he's in Deathwish's
team,
Deathwish's in the other team. So we already know how good Torch is. We saw him at so many other tournaments, and he's such a good position 4 player.
And that's the cool thing, right? So he transitioned from a mid laner to position 4, and he plays position 4 as well as he plays mid lane.
I think he plays it better. To be completely honest, I think his position 4 is outstanding. He knows where to be on the map. He hits he plays heroes like Nyx, he plays heroes like Slardar. He doesn't miss his stuns. He always knows where to be at what time. His initiation.
He has a very good understanding of the game.
Yeah,
and his role.
Yeah, the roaming role is such. And it's not the easiest role to just start playing and get good at. You need to have game experience. You need to have roaming experience, because you're going to be underleveled during the game. You're going to not have enough experience if you don't get kills. So you need to know how to play from behind, which is absolutely such a hard thing to do.
It's very, very
difficult. And obviously, we have his brother, Kalindo. He's been in the scene for, I think, just as long as he has.
As long as he has really cemented his place as one of the top tier carries. I think in terms of his farming patterns, how he plays the lane, his experience as a position 1, it really shines through. He's very good at what he does. The only thing that I have a problem with is that he's allergic to BKB.
Yeah, he doesn't like BKB.
He does not like that.
Doesn't do damage.
He
You're
doesn't do
supposed to carry
damage.
your team.
But his magic immunity going to put me in the game.
How can I carry the team if I don't have damage?
Literally has damage, finger, stun, hexes, everything on the side. No, I'm not getting BKB. I won't die. I'm satanic.
But obviously he has his heroes like Lycan, Sven, his
Sven is crazy.
It's so crazy. You don't give him Sven. Sven is that one hero you do not want to give him, because he will farm so fast with that hero, you're not going to be able to react to his timings on his
That's
item.
the cool thing, right?
Yeah.
Because Sven right now in the meta itself is such a flexible pick.
It
you
is.
can play it offlane. So you can always say, oh, I'm going to pick Kalindo Sven like 100%, and then suddenly it appears in the offlane.
Yeah.
And then you have, some Lycan or something like, oh, how do I deal with the Lycan now?
Helps his team drafting a lot in that sense, just because of the meta. And also we have Seeker in NSBM.
Oh my god, we saw Seeker's game. He played that Oracle. I do not think you want to give him that hero.
No.
Because he outplayed IIT so well in that game. It was crazy.
It was really fun to watch.
Actually insane.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch him play Oracle that game, and I do not think you give that hero to NSBM right now, because Seeker seems like he's on fire.
Yeah, right now I feel like, I think Seeker is also another player who has just returned from exams, and on the first day back he starts like, I'm going to calibrate, I'm going to play some Dota games, and then suddenly he's Divine too, it's like, and everyone's like, what? What is studying?
Well, he did have a high MMR from the last season as well, so he's just keeping it high, and I think he can even get even higher. I don't think Divine 2 is enough for him.
No, I think he's already gone all the way up to Divine 5.
Yeah, I really think he's an immortal player if he really starts playing solo a lot more, because he has shown time and time again how well he plays that position 5 role really well.
And it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Trust me on this guy, it's not easy playing position 5.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's not, it's painful, it's hard, it's starving, it's difficult, it's, You have to listen to a lot of people talk. You have to listen. You have to talk.
You have to talk a lot.
Yeah, you talk a lot actually, and you have to analyze the game. You analyze your lanes. You have to create a path for victory for
Play
your team.
safely.
You have to play it safely. You have to play the lane properly. You have to watch your positioning, because at position 5 you don't really have all the items in the world to survive. So your positioning is an extremely important part, because even at the position 5 you need to get your spells out.
Yeah.
You don't get your spells out, you're literally useless in the team, and you don't do anything other than.
Especially if you play heroes like Oracle, where you have to get the false promise off.
You have to debuff people, you have to ulti people, you have to heal them. You have to, like I remember, Seeker did a really good job of disarming the Ursa every single time. He
because
jumped
usually
in.
people are a lot. They're really scared to disarm people with Oracle, because then you can't do magic damage to them. But he just knows when to do it.
Exactly, he's very good at what he does. He has a lot of experience. So most players, after taking a little break, they do the exams, they do get back into life, and they come and play Dota. They're usually a little bit rusty.
Yeah.
But for him to calibrate back at the Divine 2 and keep playing and keep increasing and getting better and better every day, I think that itself is a huge positive for the side of NSBM. So we do have their captain. I'm not too sure. I think last year it was Killer. This year I'm not sure who the new captain is. So hopefully when Terra does speak to him, we can get a little bit of insight as to what his Dota history was. Because I haven't really met him. I usually know most of the people from the
I mean, if he's playing with all these players, I'm
And
pretty sure he's good.
They're at the grand final, so he has to be a really good player.
Yeah.
I think he's just that pillar of support that everyone needs. That one voice.
That shot caller.
Yeah, basically the one voice to control everyone else. So his role is going to be very important in the game as well, because there is no role in Dota that is useless. Or no role in Dota that is.
If you are useless in a game, your team is never gonna win.
Yeah.
Because the way you win Dota games is not through one person. Literally, it has to be coordination from your entire team. You cannot win that game solo. Even if you're playing solo rank or just the two-man party, it's the whole team's effort to win the game. That's just how the game is.
Yeah, for sure. I think just understanding your timings and how you want to move around with your heroes that you draft, and what your strong picks are. If you have these strong picks and you want to get all 5, and then how do you work around that? So if you want to go for late game with the early game fighting composition, how do you secure the early game, and when do you go in with your late game hero? When is he strong enough? All these things need to be known. So there's so many variable factors. So even in the last league game that we saw, like the game looked extremely close until they went and they took a few good fights on both teams. It was very close, and then they got this the Rift Herald, or we call it Shelly. And so he's basically a beast that you can summon, and every time he rams into a tower, it drops down to half HP.
Yeah, I've seen that happen.
So at 15 minutes, right, the game is that even. Yeah. They go and pick it up, and they literally end the game off that. Just run down mid. Like literally, that's all they did.
I mean, I was watching the late game and I saw that hit the tower, and I was like, why can't we have that in Dota 2?
If that was in Dota 2, but then there's so many unique features in Dota 2 that makes it different. I mean, we have an extra life.
Yeah.
We have
buyback.
Yeah, we have buyback. I think buyback is the best.
It's so
buyback.
good.
You have no idea how many times I've died in League and like buyback.
Yeah, just click the button, but it's not working.
Then obviously we have cheese. They don't have cheese. We have cheese.
We have scepter.
Yeah, they have buffs, but we have buffs too.
We have scepter.
We have refresher shards too.
Yeah, that is.
Like imagine if you had a ability in League to refresh all your abilities.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of cooldown reductions anyway in League.
Oh, there is a crazy amount of cooldown reduction.
Okay.
I remember there was a build that takes you up to 95%
goodness.
cooldown reductions. That's insane.
That's super crazy.
Pretty, it's crazy. So anyway, just talking back, I think the meta so far, we haven't seen too many meta games.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
just
there
been like
hasn't been
everyone
professional meta games yet.
It's been like just
Centaur Skyrath.
Yes, Centaur Skyrath. Yes. If it works, don't fix it. It still works apparently.
It didn't work at any of the games.
No. One game they won, one game they lost.
Sure.
So remember Nigel's game where I played the Bloodseeker with the passive minus?
Yeah, but they did it. Okay.
Yeah, so that game was Centaur Skyrath.
Yeah,
and the Skyrath was godlike.
I guess.
Yeah, you casted that game.
I guess, but I don't like it. It's not
so anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the Dota 2 Grand Finals. And there's something I've always wanted to say. Let's get ready to rumble!
So let's get ready to cast this amazing game that's gonna be in front of us very soon.
I've always wanted to say that actually.
Yeah, let's get ready to rumble, I guess.
I guess we can talk about it later.
Yeah, we can talk about
So guys, once again, so for the first time at any esports event, we have Pizza Hut and Taco Bell here. So it is that lunchtime, so if you guys are hungry, make sure to head on over to the stands, grab yourselves a slice of pizza or a little bit of tacos. And I can recommend the tacos.
Yeah, the tacos are really good.
The tacos, the chicken wings.
The crispy chicken.
Yeah. I haven't tried the burrito yet. I should try that.
You should try the burrito.
Alright, anyway, let's get into the draft, Abdul, and I will hand it over to you because this is where you are.
This is where I shine.
This is where you're. This
my
is
realm.
Your,
this is my
realm, exactly. This is where you're supposed to go.
So we see OD being banned here, Nyx and Tinker. So a lot of just heroes that are played constantly by each other. Their respective teams are being played. We see the Oracle being banned.
I think we were expecting the Oracle.
Yeah, the Oracle. We kept saying it. Probably sure.
And I mean, Munta is someone who is so efficient on the map as well.
Yeah.
And now that Tinker at level 15 has that 150 gold talent, I do not think you want to give that hero into the hands of this man. It's going to be crazy stupid.
Yeah, I think that hero is pretty strong right now. There are a lot of counters to it, and it's not the best mid game. But I think if you can hold the game a little bit for this Tinker with that 150 gold talent, he can do quite a bit.
Yeah, for sure. I think if the thing is, when a Tinker player knows what he's doing, that makes him so scary.
Yeah, and we see Witch Doctor being banned out here. That is, I think that is something that shows what they want to pick. Like
I think I already,
or
it's
an
going
axe,
to probably be a Mars.
There's so many things that they can pick, and Witch Doctor counters those really high HP.
Because usually, if you're Mars and you're playing up against a Jug, you don't really die if you get spun on.
Yeah.
But if the Witch Doctor Maldic is on you, you're so gone.
Oh,
but
even Sand King,
so they picked up.
high
I think
HP.
I think the Sand King here was just to deny the pick from Xiaoban because Xiaoban plays Sand King like a beast.
Yeah, he plays
He's
Sand King.
a god on that hero. Like I've not seen anyone as aggressive, as well coordinated that can make plays with Sand King without mobility.
Yeah.
Like he lands his two-man stuns, he gets his epicenters off, everything that he needs to do is done without having a blink dagger. How many players can you say position so well or play the game so well that they can do that?
Yeah, he plays the hero really well, and I think it pairs. I mean, it is not Chaoban playing the Sand King, but it is going to be.
No, that's what I've said. It's
yeah.
like kind of like a block
pick. So we won't be able to see all those cool things, but or we might. I mean, you never know. But Xiaoban's not going to be able to get the Sand King here, but I mean, he has Earthshaker, he has so many other heroes that he plays absolutely.
They could Mars right here too.
They could Mars too, yeah. It is possible, but there are a lot of heroes that you can first pick that are really good, like Torture Slaughter.
Yeah, I mean, Torture Slaughter.
I mean, it is actually, no, Torch is not in Deathwish's team. So
yeah, Torch
like a block pick.
So it's been a mistake. No.
No, I mean, it could be a block pick. No, you don't want to give Torch to Slaughter, so you pick it up yourself.
I think Slaughter is still, it's decent as a 4.
Yeah, and Deathwish also does play a good Slaughter. So
yeah, Deathwish plays a very good Slaughter, and it just enables you to hit certain timings that you wouldn't hit previously much faster.
Yeah.
Namely Roshan, obviously, and now we see the Life
Stealer being picked up. That's a pretty early Life Stealer.
It's a very early Life Stealer.
Yeah.
I think they just want to have a very decent lane, and right now, Life Stealer is okay in almost most lanes.
Yeah.
Like, he's like the safe pick. He has the BKB early game if you want to use it.
But there's always that
There are
most
certain
pick.
players, namely from Apit, a safe laner, who doesn't like picking up Rage. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about,
So,
but the thing about a Life Stealer is that you can always pick a Morphling to counter it, and it makes the Morphling just so much stronger, and they haven't banned it out either, and they have their next pick. So
but here's the cool thing.
Yeah.
Bieber can't play Morphling.
No, he can play Morphling.
He can play Morphling, but he needs more experience on that.
Hopefully. Maybe he got better.
He hates it. Oh, look, we have the crowd favorite right there. So we have Bieber.
Yeah.
Alright, so there you can see all the guys thinking super hard about what they want to pick.
Picked up. That's a really nice hero, actually. But it's not that good against Lifestealer because he rages off the Fatal Bonds.
That's true.
And he rages off a lot of things, right?
But in general, having a spell that can disable through match immunity is going to be great. So
so if the Lifestealer just uses Rage early, and you can stop the Rage by using Warlock, all that could happen. So there are a lot of ways to play the Warlock, but the Fatal Bonds is what makes him really, really strong.
For sure. And now even in this game, the Oracle's also not there, so the purging options are not really there for them.
I mean, they do have Lifestealer right now. I think that's they're not too sad about this Warlock pick on the side of Division.
The ban on Tidehunter, interesting enough, looks like they want to make sure that they don't have too much team fight presence.
Yeah.
Kung got taken out, I think the smart choice because Beav has been playing that hero very, very well. And there are very, very few matchups that Kunka actually loses to in terms of trading because the Tidebringer is just so strong in the early game. It's good against Queen Pain, good against Nina, and also when you build into braces anyway, so the damage you do is reduced. The only thing I think it's even decent against Medusa if you know what you're doing, but I think the only person he struggles will be Timbersaw, Ursa, maybe Monkey King if they know what they're doing, and then but with Toad Bus, I think you'll have a hard matchup. If it's melee versus range, you're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah, you will for sure. But I mean, Anupama is also very experienced in the mid lane, so let's see what he is. I mean, he's. I think they're planning this. Both the teams know that the mid lane is very, very, very important.
Very important for them, yeah.
Because
I think
both of the players, if they gain momentum, they can snowball games by themselves.
Yeah, for sure. I think Anupama, whenever he gets early leads, he looks to run around and just 1 versus 3 and to make just basically make plays.
Yeah.
And we've seen him actually go 1 versus 3 and come out. He kills like 2 people and gets out as well.
Yeah. So you should be careful on both sides for the mid lane, especially. So
I wanted to get your thoughts on offlane Slaughter.
Offlane Slaughter, I think it's okay, but the thing is that hero doesn't do as much with farm. I think he only needs the blink to do all the things he already does. I mean, there's an Aghanim Scepter now, which I don't think is... I mean, I haven't experimented with that enough to know how good it is. But
I feel like it would be good against any hero with magic immunity in general.
I mean,
because you can always bash through it, right?
Yeah, and for one thing, it's really good against the Warlock Golems.
Yeah, that's
just the amp and hitting it 3 times, it immediately dies.
Or as you would say in Singular, Patu Karna.
Yeah, it's super strong against Warlock Golem, and everybody kind of forgets about the Warlock Golem once he uses the ultimate.
Yeah, I mean, no.
You really can't forget.
If you get like a 4-man Fatal Bonds into Warlock Golems, that's going to be so insane. I remember you got an ultra kill in the mid lane without Golem by just using Fatal Bonds.
No, I used Golem.
I used Golem.
Yeah,
right, okay.
But my Golem killed everyone.
Oh, you killed everyone? Okay.
I died.
B-Smash.
Yeah. So I got like a 4-man Fatal Bonds and my Golem just started hitting people and they all died. So
yeah, it's a little satisfying that they nerfed it a little bit. They reduced it by about 2%, but it's not really a huge
That's nothing.
deal.
I think that's absolutely nothing, to be completely honest with you.
2% is nothing.
It's already all the way up to, I think, 25%. I'm not completely sure on the numbers, but it's super high already, so reducing 25 to 23 is whatever. It's just whatever. So, I mean, yeah.
They do pick up the Lich, they man out Invoker, so looks like they don't want to deal with Anupama Invoker as well. So a lot of emphasis on position 4 and mid lane right now. So 2 bans for Torch, 2 bans for Anupama, and 1 ban for Seeker on his Oracle because it's just too strong to deal with.
Yeah. Oh, and we see a Shaker being picked up.
Right,
That's a block pick as well.
Yes. So far 2 block picks, taking a decent... So they banned 2 heroes, right? And then they've even picked up the Earthshaker to block pick as well. So they're basically banning heroes and picking up heroes that they can play well to block it off from the other person.
Yeah, that's a super, super good move when you're drafting. If you can play the heroes that your opponent plays well and incorporate it into your strategy, that's such a big advantage for you because you always know that your draft is kind of hindering their ability to play their best.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
these heroes are heroes that
kind
play really well.
With you as well.
Huh?
It messes with you as well.
I
Because it's like, I wanted that hero.